Hey everybody, so I'm back. Let's get this party started. We have a lot to talk about. Let's add roast thorn and your pepperoni. Hi there.
Hello, Monty. Good morning.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you doing? Hey everybody, welcome to the chat, to the panel. Smash that like button for me. I'd
Monty,
appreciate
you
it.
got your Eye of the Tiger on?
Sure.
The
Do I
thrill
even
for the
need
fight?
it? Sure, okay, yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Well, Monty, it seems like Roman's doing all the work for you because he's over there getting drunk. He's not in prime shape to fight anybody. It's gonna be a short fight.
I guess so, because he's doing the most over there. So we're gonna have to be talking about it. So what do you
The
guys
guy's
think?
all over the place, Monty. Like, seriously, he has this infatuation with you. It's quite frightening. Are you like, you know, like I just have questions for him. Like, what is the obsession with Monty Roman?
All right.
Is he trying to get you in the ring to give you a kiss? That's what he wants. He wants to give you a kiss.
Is it? Okay. All right, let's call him and see.
Yes.
Do it. Content.
All right, we're calling. We're calling right now. Hey, Natural Ginger, what's up?
What's up?
Yo, fight tomorrow. You ready?
Excuse me?
Fight tomorrow.
Bro, you
What
can't
time?
just
Where's the
come up and
place?
say fight tomorrow because
We're
you
doing
come
it
to
right
do
now.
things.
Yeah, we're doing it
Huh?
tomorrow.
What's that?
We're doing it tomorrow.
Bro, you can't just come up and say fight tomorrow because you're coming to do your things.
Bro, we
There's
already
nobody-
established days ago that the fight's tomorrow. Like, what's going
Yeah.
on?
Wait. He said fight tomorrow. Huh? Yeah. Wait, hold on. Yeah. I'll send you a location.
All right, you doing
I'll
it
try
now?
to work. What?
When you gonna send it?
Bro, because it's hard to get a gym approval. Where? The sand? You think we can get it done? Like a location? He can fight on the sand, bro. On the sand, outside on the street? Are you willing to?
What, on the beach?
On the pavement, on the sand. Sand, buddy. Sand? Yes.
Yo, we fighting at a beach?
On the beach.
You want to fight on the beach?
You go on the beach? Yeah.
Oh,
because
hang
there's
on,
nobody
man.
can. At Sunday, there's nobody can.
We talk about it later, bro.
Anyways, let me call you back because I'm not working. Okay? I'll call you back and then I'll
Yo,
try to make it happen.
I'm gonna
tomorrow.
be in your city tomorrow. All right.
Yeah, I know, because you said so. Because we were supposed to do it last time. Let me.
Yo,
Let
what's
me call
up
you
with
back.
that
Let me call
smack
you back.
talking last night? All right, you better.
Well-
You call me back.
You better control your panel, buddy. Don't let those women.
Those ladies were ripping
you know.
you apart the last time. What's up?
What do you mean? And then
Yo, they ripped
you
you.
get their back when they ripped me because you let them. When I tried to rip them, you shut me down. See, that's not fair.
All right, I'm gonna show you what's not fair tomorrow.
Oh, come on, man! You can't even imagine what's gonna be fair.
I can imagine.
You can't imagine, bro. Just for not controlling your panel, just for disrespecting me like that, for letting people cut me off and shit when I try to address you.
Yo, the fire
You cut
squad
me
is
off?
real disrespectful.
What?
I said the fire squad is real disrespectful.
I don't get it. I don't know what you mean. The fuck? No, dude, seriously, man. Dude, I thought you were professional when it comes to handling your own panel.
Yeah,
but you're not.
I'm a professional.
No. You think you let like five unprofessional ghetto women that's gonna
What? The ghetto?
yeah, of course, ghetto. They're like cursing at me and then
Hi,
calling me fucking
Roman.
names, talking about my mother.
Hi.
Talking about
Wow.
my mother. You let them insult someone else's mother. You laughing and you're not apologizing for that. That's not cool.
All
you let
right, you
them
know what?
insult my mom.
Girl women.
Enough
No
with the
women.
talking. We're gonna settle this tomorrow.
Well, if we find a place to fight,
Don't
if you
matter.
wanna fight on
We're
the
gonna
street.
find a place. Cause I'm gonna be
Well-
in Gatineau tomorrow. You be ready.
What about a boxing ring?
You better be ready.
I am ready right now.
Oh, I'm working.
Yeah.
When-
All
where
right.
were you
Well,
when
when
I
I
was-
pull
when I
up,
was free?
I'm a live stream,
No,
I'ma
you
pull up,
can't- yeah,
and then you be
yeah, if
ready.
Anyways, come tomorrow.
I am
See
coming tomorrow.
when we can fight. I don't have location right now. I tried to do it for tomorrow in the gym, but nobody actually can. They're closed.
All right.
My gym is closed tomorrow.
Just get some place with like a soft mat because that's where you're gonna be sleeping.
All right, brother. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah.
After work. Bye.
What the hell was that?
He is
Yeah,
so
that's
scared. Hey, Curl.
Hey.
Hey, Carl.
Hello, Curl, darling. Hello, Rose. Hello, Karen, Latina Karen. I'm Ginger Karen right now. Oh, so we're all girl women, are we, Roman? You big fucking fanny.
He's
Listen.
so fucking pussy her. It's not even funny. And yes, I'm quoting Gary.
You know, Monty, I've got to say something. I've got concerns about this.
Why?
I'm not casting any aspersions about you, and I'm just wondering what this can all lead to.
Oh, can you please take a few homies with you? Because I have a feeling this dude's going to have homies and try to jump you with all of them. I know
Yeah.
you can take him, but he seems like the type of coward that when he can't win his fight, he'll have all his homeboys jump in.
Yeah, I'm kind of getting that feeling too. don't most gyms have a boxing ring? Why can't he find a ring, a gym with a boxing ring?
Right?
Exactly,
aren't
Rose.
you-
He was supposed to have booked this weeks ago, wasn't he,
Aren't,
Monty?
aren't you gonna have
Yeah.
SJM with you anyway?
S Jam hasn't been doing nothing. S Jam's been making was it cheese toast, melted cheese, right?
Or
Up, Gary.
Roman's gonna come in there rolling with the homies, and it's not gonna be cute because I know you can take him. He knows you can take him, so he's gonna try and bring backup.
Well, if they're
Mm.
all his same size, which I think they are, then that's not a problem.
Well,
Fact.
yeah, that's true. That's true. But all jokes aside, I don't want to piss on anybody's cornflakes here. I'm concerned about this. And a few people are, Monty. I'm not saying anything can go well. I am saying actually things can go wrong. But he doesn't
I
look
got a
like
few things
he
to echo what you're
cared.
saying, Ginger.
Yeah, go ahead, Gary, please.
Hey, Gary.
Sorry, I wasn't trying to interrupt. Hello, how y'all doing? How you doing, Monty?
What's up, Gary? How you doing?
I'll
I'm
just,
good.
I'm doing okay. I see you's getting ready to
Oh my
rumble.
God, is that gutter butter?
This is Dutter Butter. Well, what are you doing? Ooh la la.
I am your everything. I have no standards. I have no morals. I will worship you. I will give you all my money.
Lord Almighty, I ain't even awake for this shit. Like, okay, look. Here's what. All night long, he kept showing a FedEx paper and saying that it was a paper from the gym. So you should have called him out on that. He was saying he already had the papers for the gym, but it wasn't. It was a FedEx sheet. Okay, so he was saying that he had papers for you all, and that he had the contract in his hand, and he had a gym set up. Now he's saying his gym's closed, and they're talking about fighting in the sand. What they're talking about is a street fight. That's why his homie wants to talk to him off of camera. I'm not stupid. I'm originally from
Right.
where I'm originally from. So basically, here's what's going to happen. You show up, you're going to get jumped. Look, I'm just going to be honest. I'm going to be straight. That's what it is. There's not going to be a one-on-one. They're going to take you to some desiccated area. That's what they're doing. Like, he was on there running his mouth all night. So just be careful. Watch your shit. And, that's basically what I got to say about that. I think it's all bullshit. It's all talk. It's all clout chasing for him on his channel. And that's just how I feel it is. And if you show up there, I mean, because he said that he had last night, he said he had a contract, which was a FedEx paper. So there's no FedEx boxing contract I've ever seen. There's also, he's not a professional fight. So you wouldn't have a contract because it's not a professional fight. It wouldn't actually be a sanctioned fight. It would probably be something when you would show up there, and then you both would have to sign papers at the gym stating you couldn't hold the gym responsible, or you couldn't hold each other responsible if somebody was to get hurt. That's the kind of thing you would sign, not an actual
Liability papers.
contract.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So it would be liability, not really a contract that he was throwing a FedEx paper around. So look, it's all smoke and mirrors and BS. It's up to you. But I'm just saying, be careful because it's shady.
It is
Right?
very shady.
Yeah, exactly. It is shady.
It
Talking
is
about
very
meeting at the
shady.
beach.
What was that, Monty?
It's just getting worse.
Talking
isn't
about
it?
showing up at the beach.
Yeah, well, see, that was his friend that suggested that, because they're trying to get you to somewhere to where you can go and have a street fight. People can jump you. I'm not stupid. I know where I've grown up at. I know where I'm from. I know what goes down. That's the shit they're pulling. I mean, how can you go from last night saying I got a gym contract off of a FedEx paper, today saying, oh, my gym's closed. Oh, I don't have a location. Oh, do you even have a gym? Like, I'm just going to be honest about it. So
I don't think he even had a gym. He was just talking shit that, like the last.
Yeah.
his gloves are bigger than his head. His gloves are bigger than his head.
But did y'all
There's no way
notice
he's
how
using those
shaky?
gloves.
Did you notice how shaky his voice was when he was talking to Monty, and then he had to have his friend jump in and talk?
Yes, I did.
I've
Yes.
heard that.
When he was talking about a gym, was he talking about a Jim Horton's car park?
Oh man.
Probably.
Not
Right.
only that, Monty, but you guys also got to figure if it's a street fight, that means the cops can be involved, and there could be legal ramifications for that.
Right.
I'm not really worried about the cops, to be honest. Monty might be, but I'm not. What you got to be worried about, more importantly, is the people who's going to be there, 10 of them hiding
Yes.
behind bushes. So that's
Yeah.
basically what you got to worry about, because the guy done said, you can hear his buddy saying, I'll talk to you about it. Yeah, he's going to talk to him about how they're going to plan it to jump you when they come. Look, I'm not stupid. So I'm not saying anyone is. I'm just saying that's what that means. That's what that's interpreted from. I don't, and when he was showing a FedEx paper, that's not from a gym. He already contradicted himself, saying last night, I have a date, I have a gym, I have a contract. Now he's saying, I don't have a gym, I don't have a contract, I don't even have a place, and I don't have a time. That's enough. So basically what that shows is, if you're going to go there for other reasons, I wouldn't waste my time on him. It's all crap. It's all smoke and mirrors. He's going to go on his channel. Monty didn't show up. Where was you supposed to show up at? He don't even know. What, in the sand? You going to kick a damn dirt in his face? I mean, that's what I would do. It's actually a good move, but I'm just saying there's going to be more than one damn person there. It's all a setup. So I wouldn't fall for the shit.
I agree.
Right, exactly. Hey, Buddha, you can come up. All right, we got
Yeah,
Buddha
Buddha.
bitch trying to
Yeah,
come up on
please.
panel right now. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm concerned about this. Yeah, I don't know why. It just gives me a bad feeling, Monty.
Yeah, me too. But I'm here. I know Monty could take Roman with no problem whatsoever. And I think I think Roman knows that Monty can take him, which is why he lined up a few of his homeboys to be there to back him up, because he's a coward.
Yep, absolutely. You are 100% right.
Right.
Roman, little baby muscle having it.
All right. Well, now I'm thinking. All
Well,
right,
I mean,
we're
I'm
gonna
just
wait till
being
Buddha
honest
comes up.
with you, Mom.
Yeah, I
So-
totally saw that. That's why I was wanting him to repeat, like, where are we meeting?
Right.
He don't
He's
have a
like,
place to meet.
Yeah, he doesn't at all, and that's what
The
happened
other
the last
guys
time.
the other guy who has mentioned the sand, not him. So Roman doesn't even know the plan the other guy has set up, and that they'll
Yes.
figure out, and then they'll set you up. That's what they're doing. Look, I've
Yeah.
been in the game too long. I know what's up. I ain't stupid. I'm not saying that you are, but from the shady stuff that's going on. Look, all you have to do, you could literally just make a video. If his drunk clip's still up last night, which it's other people reacted to it, so you can grab it from there. You can literally show where he's saying, I have the paper, I have a contract, and then today you have it on recording here as well, to where he's saying, I don't have a gym, I don't have a contract. There you go, he lied. It's over. That's it. That's the end of the discussion.
I have an idea, Monty, since he is not coming forward with a location, if you could find a location, like a gym or something with a boxing ring, and that way it's a safe location and everything can happen the way it's supposed to happen.
Right. Then we have
Yeah.
all the Natters. We'll have Natter there, Natter 2.0 Roman, and Natter 3.0 S-Jam when we all box.
I like to call them leftovers. Leftover 1, leftover 2, leftover 3.
Yeah.
That's true. They are leftovers.
Bring DLF and nunchucks. If only DLF could get across the border.
Oh,
And
I would
DLF
totally
is-
be there, man. I know me and everyone here would be there backing you up, cheering you on.
Yes.
But I live in Texas, so
yeah,
kind
me
of a
too.
long flight.
Me too.
Yeah, but Gary can bring the tampons for Roman and his.
Can I buy enough? I don't know if I can purchase enough.
I don't know how many's coming. Maybe it's his work buddies that can.
'Cause
I mean,
No,
yeah,
I
like
really
he's
do
gonna
think
have them all
Nada's
there.
going to show up, and what's she called? That fucking idiot. Oh, Foodie Beauty. She might even do that as well. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with
Yeah,
that.
because why does Roman have Foodie Beauty's new number? Because it says what was it, Chantal, new number or something along those lines. Let me look up the clip because
Let
it
me be
clearly
honest
says
with you.
so.
Here's what I think, Monty. I think Chantal had Roman to come after you, which he tried to come after me. It didn't work, so he stuck with you. And then you had, at the same time, she sent Nutter after me. That's what I've noticed, and that's what's going on. That's my opinion, and that's what I've
Yeah,
seen kind of unravel. And then she sends Toe Jam to try to come after me, but that's not going to
Toe
work.
Jam.
You just sit over there and eat your nasty ass food. Nobody gives a shit, and just go away. Talking about me looking at it look like an inbred.
Oh, and he
Really?
looked more
I mean,
inbred than anybody.
Right.
yeah, like I'm not the one that looks like Chantal's half brother and
Right.
stalking her at the same time. So just spare me with the BS.
right. Yeah.
Well,
Mhm.
here's what I found interesting. I just got through doing a react to the Doctors Get Boxed live stream she did. So she was complaining about Roman doxing her, and oh, he showed my number. But then in that same live stream, she's like, "Let me just go ahead and call him." Well, if you have a private phone number and you don't want him to know and he doesn't know it, don't you think that by calling him or texting him, he's going to have your number? I mean, make that.
True, true, true.
It's all bull. She already knew he had her number. She
Yeah.
gave it to him.
Yeah.
I literally think what went down with them, and this is just my opinion, it's just a theory, so it doesn't hold water. But I think that they talked, and this was her way to try to set him up with a channel. That's just my opinion,
Yeah.
because
I
I mean
agree with
that's just how I feel.
Yeah.
There's
She's done it
definitely
for
the
Roman. She's done it for Nutter. This is her. This is her trade for whatever. That's what she trades. I'll get you a YouTube channel. Look at mine. Roman's done said that's what she did to him. So that's what she's did to Nutter, and that's what she's doing to Toe Jam.
Yeah.
yeah, 100%. There's definitely talks behind the scenes about
Yep.
this. 100, 1 million actually, and that's
Chantal
why I'm
is a
concerned.
snake. She is a snake. All behind the scenes, setting up all this different stuff with these different people. That is
Mhm.
crazy.
Well, she's got to keep the drama going somehow. So a long time ago, she was doing it all by herself, but to keep the drama going, she needed to add more actors to the play. So
Right. More
Right.
characters.
Mhm.
And Roman up here acting as if, oh, Chantal stinks. But yet he's in the car with her, and then behind the scenes, he's talking to her. Get out of here.
I mean, how do we know that he's not a motorcycle man?
Right.
I thought of that before. It's funny that you mentioned that. I wouldn't be surprised at all, to be quite honest. Also, Roman, does that pussy hurt? Does that pussy hurt that you got told off by a bunch of women? Aw, Gary, you know what he needs, right?
What's that? A
What
man
does he
pad?
need for his put? Yeah, that's what he needs.
He needs a man pawn. Man pawn.
Hi, beautiful Buddha.
Hi,
Hey,
Buddha.
Buddha.
Hi, butter, you beautiful bugger, you.
Hi, guys. Can you hear me?
We can.
Yeah.
How is everybody today?
We
Good.
are
Good,
heated.
good.
We are concerned. We
You
have
know,
questions.
yeah, I was listening to the whole, first of all, the shaky voice, hilarious. Second, how can I put this? I don't think Roman has a crew. I think he might have a buddy. But with the way Roman lives, I guess, I wouldn't say that he has this large circle of friends that are going to rally around him to defend his honor. He spends a lot of his time just being an asshole on the internet alone in his home. So I think he talks a big game, and this is the new arc. The whole oh, you disrespect me, and your broads, they disrespect me, and now I don't have a gym. That's because no gym with a business license is going to entertain this in any way, shape, or form. It would literally be putting the business at risk because this is just a completely nonsense fight. Monty, I'm almost positive, knows how to throw. The guy owns boxing shoes. You don't just casually own boxing shoes. And Roman's a clown.
Yeah.
He's a clown. And gyms will look at him and go, you're a clown. Like, I'd be surprised if he'd be welcomed back to the gym he's at if they find out he's doing this kind of shenanigans on the internet. Just makes his gym look bad, makes his trainer look bad. And training on the beach, well, I don't know. If you know Muay Thai, that's easy enough. Like, you have to learn on the beach in Thailand. So, but to be honest with you, I think he's going to try to make you feel like it'd be unsafe to go there. I think he's full of it. I don't think he has some crew with crowbars or anything I don't think he even has one good guy that he could call up and be like, you got my back. That's just how I feel. He doesn't come off as the guy who has a whole crew.
Well, Roman may not have a crew, but his buddy could have a crew, and that's all it takes.
Mm-hmm. And also, Monty, you've got to think about if you hurt this person, they're going to sue your ass.
Yep.
There's going to be a fight. There's not going to be a fight. This is not going to come to fruition. And to be honest with you, the whole thing has been talked about on the internet, detailed. Jim name was thrown out last time. Everyone knows Monty's going to be there. When, where, everyone knows, Roman is the one who called him out first. The thing is, it's not going to go down. I just don't think it's going to go down in any way, shape, or form at all. I just don't, because, okay, say Monty shows up. First of all, he has his camera. A bunch of guys show up with crowbars. It's not like Monty's in a dark alley and he can just be like, look, I'm live. Look at these guys. There's Joe, there's Rich, there's, Billy Bob.
Look, where I'm from, they don't show faces. Yeah. They come out in ski masks. So
Monty's going to have his camera on him.
A camera is not going to matter at all whatsoever. Look,
I don't think that this is going to be a thing where Monty's going to be in a situation where he's unsafe. I don't even think it's going to come to this in any way, shape, or form. All I know is it would be a big risk to publicly attack one person by a gang of people when the whole thing is being documented. Easy enough to find out faces, names, especially if there's a camera on a tripod and it's just live streaming. But that's just me, because this will never happen. But if it did, that's what I would do.
Here's what you do, Monty. When you go to the location, film yourself, obviously. But before you go to the location he sets for you, let's Natural Ginger, me, Buddha, and Gary know what location it is in private. Just in case any shenanigans that are out of pocket happen, we have a location to send the appropriate people to.
I have a solution. Just go to a regular gym that has a regular bag and a room with a padded floor and do a soft spar. You guys don't need to knock each other out. All I know is when you spar, you can do touch spar, like giving them a little flick on the side of the face with a hook. That counts when you're sparring as an actual hook. You guys would have a better fight if you just did touch spar. And then he would have a chance. But to me, that's the only way for two guys to settle it, is to do touch spar. That's it. Put your pads on and just touch, but don't knock out. Everyone does it. I do it all the time.
You know what? Okay, so what Buddha said, Gary and everyone else said, Rose, Natural Ginger, Curl, me, the chat. Listen, Roman, and I know you're listening. You like everyone said here, the last time you were on panel that you got pussy hurt with us, you said you had a gym already. It was booked already. So now today you say you don't have a gym. So secure a gym where it can be legitimately filmed, where there's people that are professional out there. What do you call it? Refereeing the match or umpiring? I don't know what it is for boxing. Which one is it?
It's ref.
A ref. It's a referee.
A ref for the match that can, make sure stuff stays in order. And then you have your match, because you did promise a boxing match. You waved around your brand new shiny untouched gloves in front of a camera. You said, I have a boxing gym, Monty. Why aren't you there? And now you're saying, oh, I don't know. I don't have the match. I don't know. Get a gym. get a gym where there's permission to film, permission to fight, and you get what you need to get done, and that's that.
Do you know the? I mean, I don't want you to say Monty the name, but do you know the name of the gym? Did he ever tell you?
It was that Almer a Muay Thai gym.
So all you have to do is call him and say, "Hey, are you open tomorrow?" He said they're
Let
closed,
me
right?
check. Yeah, let me check. They're
Call him
probably
and ask him,
closed.
"Are
Yeah,
you
Oh
open
they're
my
tomorrow?"
God, yes, you should, because he lied and said that they're not even open, right?
Yeah,
And then ask if they even heard of him.
yeah.
Yes.
Julie Herb Dean. Yes, we gotta
Okay,
get Herb
it's
Dean.
actually it's closed. It's open Monday, so it's closed tomorrow.
So he lied.
So he knew in advance that the gym was closed on weekends, if that's his gym.
Right.
Yeah,
When he scheduled it.
God, Roman is pathetic.
So he
You
already
know
knew.
what? He's gonna drag this on forever because it's
he
the
is.
only thing on the internet that is getting him attention. None of us here doubt, Roman, that Monty could whoop your ass. We all know it could happen in a blink of an eye, okay?
That dog's
Look
so
at you,
cute.
look at Monty, okay? Aw, cute puppy. Puppy!
Oh,
Aw!
he's
So
cute.
cute.
Aw, puppy!
I think Buddha is needing to go and look at that. How beautiful.
Right?
Buddha is wanted by somebody else.
Yeah.
Puppies. Yep. No, but like we all know Monty can take you, so no one's questioning Monty here. That's what you need to understand. We
Mhm.
want to see you be made a fool of because you're acting a fool, so you deserve to be made a fool of.
We all
Get your
know.
shit together.
Yeah, we all know that Monty could pull his head off and shit down his neck quite easily, but I'm worried. I'm worried. I'm just worried about the consequences.
That's
I don't
why it
think
has to be
Monty should
done in a
drive down
gym.
there. I don't think you should go, Monty, because we all know it would be a waste of a drive. Besides going to
Hotel's
see
already booked.
Foodie, your booty
I agree.
at Costco. Costco date with Foodie
Costco.
Beauty.
Okay. Well, if she goes to the Canada Costco, then I know she's looking for me. You hear that, Foodie Beauty? Canada, Ottawa, Costco. I'll be there. If you're there, you're looking for me.
Oh my God.
You should take Dee Dee with you.
Well, you know what? You know how he called all us women Karens? Well, I want to show him a real Karen.
Oh,
Look
I
at my
got something to say about that
Aw.
too.
Oh.
I love that Karen. That's my favorite Karen on earth.
No.
Is that a doodle?
Got a haircut like Karen.
Aw.
So cute.
She's
Oh
so
my God, that
cute.
face.
Archie.
Is that a Wheaton? A Wheaton doodle?
Yes.
I know my
your
dogs.
dog.
Yeah, I'm a dog trainer.
She has those pretty girl eyes. You know what I mean? Like when they do the pretty girl eyes.
Yeah, and that's what he gets you.
Aww.
I wanted to say something quickly about Roman before I came in. Before I came in, I was listening to Roman talk, and he was saying something along the lines of, Monty, you, as a man, need to control your panel, a gaggle of ladies type deal. And I'm going to put this out here. Roman, you are very, very insensitive at the moment with what's going on with women, and to be told by a man to tell another man to get control of his women, it's you really aren't with what's happening in the world right now, are you? And and to me, that's an insensitivity that's a bit beyond the laughable ha-has of YouTube. So at this particular moment, I wouldn't be talking about women in such a manner, because real life is a real thing. And someone like you talking like that at a time like this, it ain't cool, it ain't good, and people ain't going to forget it, especially this one right here. And it just ain't cool, man. And don't you worry. You will learn that you can't talk like that about women someday. And I'm hoping that's today, right now. Don't do that right now. Do your YouTube trolling crap, but don't go there right now or ever if we really want to be cool.
Can I also clarify? Nobody talked about your mama. Telling people that your mama should have swallowed you isn't talking about your mama. Okay, just clarify that right there.
That's like a schoolyard insult. Get out of here if you're offended by that crap. Good God.
Right?
Sensitive.
Jesus.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You know what I found funny about last night? Roman did a live, 3 o'clock in the morning, and who was he drunk dialing? Monty.
Did he? I missed that.
Yeah, when
Did
I
you
used to
really?
get drunk, usually drunk dial an ex or your girlfriend, and it's like, no, Monty, my pussy hurts. Can you please help? Like I don't know, but I'm just saying, sorry, Monty, if I crossed the line. I was just trying to make a joke, but
Oh,
you
dear.
got to control me. I like when you're dominant. Rawr. I don't.
Roman's in the chat. Here we go.
Oh,
Roman.
God.
Oh God. Here we go.
Roman.
I thought you was working.
So
Yeah.
is he
I thought
finna
you
come
was
up here and
working.
disrespect
He's
everybody?
kicking on the beach.
Shouldn't you be finding the gym to do the match in?
Yes, you got work to do. You got work to do. Get to it.
Question.
Why you go to the
Why?
YMCA? YMCA, any kind of gym that just has a hanging bag. That's up. Just do a spar. You can that's it. You don't even need to have it as a big fight or anything. If you do, just meet up at a gym with a hanging bag. And then the guys who are actually working out there get a free show. And that'll always be fun. So that's what I would suggest, because then there's lots of people and the bag is open and free to be used if it's there.
Monty, before the fight, maybe you can meet Foodie up at Costco and buy plenty of tampons, because it sounds like a lot of people's badges are hurting right now.
Yeah, seems like that.
Right?
Roman, I'm telling you something. You wish I was your fucking mama. I tell you.
Oh,
Oh, that's right.
Roman, when you cried after that panel, were you in the fetal position? Was it a good
Stuck
deep
in your
cry,
thumb.
or was it just a single tear coming down your cheek?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I guess where did he disappear to?
Who's Roman calling baby in the chat? My stupid computer won't scroll up fast enough.
Oh,
I'm
it
trying
was
to figure
you.
Oh, no, not again.
Roman, my love, my God. There's nothing really you could do as a man that would trigger me that I haven't dealt with from real men with real muscles and real intimidation factors. But the one thing about you is I only get triggered because I love to tear little twats like you a new one. And when I'm done, I'll have to process my feelings and be like, you know what? You should have did better with your emotions. Don't let the guy rile you up. He's a shrimp. And you're just a carbon copy of every little shrimpy dude who thought that acting like this is really what makes women think that you're hard. You're flaccid all day, every day. Baby.
Or maybe look more of a-
Roman, who are you calling beefy? I've just seen a comment in the chat. You're saying beefy? Who are you calling beefy? Extra beefy?
Do
I
cry?
guess
you
his
want?
cry.
Do you want my extra beefy?
Oh man.
Roman likes it extra beefy.
You know what I find the most funny is that after he comes in here and he starts crap, and because sure, we clap back, we say things, yada yada, but after everything is said and done, he goes on his panel, he whines and complains and accuses everyone of things that are inaccurate. Everyone has eyes, a brain, and ears that they're listening, watching, and paying attention, and they see the pure hatred you have for women. And I, as a strong woman, will never allow you to talk down to me in any way, shape, or form. So get used to it, baby.
Yeah.
I'll be your baby for a $5 holler, Roman.
And it may come in here. It may come in here. Exactly. It come in here and you calling people baby or whatever. There is you've got to read the room, Roman. You really do. And we all call each other love and darling. We say we love each other because we actually have a rapport with one another. You don't just come into somebody else's community and start throwing the word baby around, especially to women. Are you calling Gary a baby? Is Gary your baby? Are you really
I'll
calling
be
Gary a
your
monkey
baby
baby?
tonight.
Probably
I'll
will
be
be,
your
you know.
midnight delight, 'cause I'm your baby.
Yeah, exactly. He's got all the ricotta cheese you could ever dream of.
Wow.
Oh, baby, baby. It's silly though. He thinks like talking to women like shh, calm down, honey, baby. Like it's just so like I worked in a hair salon for 10 years with the bitchiest people on the planet. You want to get condescending, man, I could schools you on that. But the whole baby thing, I think that you think, you know, it's doing more than it is. And I mean, aren't you embarrassed? I'm sorry, but I'd be embarrassed if I were you, like humiliating yourself online and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, baby, baby, just hit my fupa one more time. Oh, sorry.
You see, look, Gary's offering you something there, Roman. Take it. Come on. Show us your ricotta cheese trees and take it, Roman. So, Monty, what do you think of all this?
What do I think? I think Roman should sing this song to Foodie. Give me just one night. Fupanashi.
A food
yeah, Roman,
nasty,
we need Chicken Little
'cause I don't wanna
meets Big
snatch
Bird sex tape.
Chicken Little meets Big Bird.
He is just pissed, big pissed that he didn't get to lick it up on Foodie. That's all. Look, my
I think he
kiss
did.
fans
I
in
think
the,
he
in
did.
the chat know exactly what I mean when I say lick it up, okay?
I think he did, and that's why he has the he got to lay on the fupa box, and that's why he has a YouTube channel. That's what you get if you play around with the fupa box. You get a YouTube channel. That's Foodie's trade-off.
So, do you really think he lifted it and nudged it to one side, Gary?
Like somebody said, he's having fupa withdrawal syndrome.
Oh dear, you not kill me.
He likes Taco Bell, but with the fupa too. Sorry.
Hey, what's that thing where they used to put like the creatures, like the craziest creatures or the most venomous toxic creatures in a bottle or a bowl, and then only one survives? There's a term for that. But I can't remember. But you guys know what I'm talking about, right?
Survival of the fittest?
Kind of like that. It's actually a thing that they used to do in the past where they would put like the most venomous and toxic creatures in a bowl, and then they would fight to the death, and there would be one or maybe none surviving.
I've seen that. I don't know what they call it. I don't know what they call it though.
Alpha.
Yeah, but there's a term, a specific term for it. I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, you do that. Yeah, we need to put a lot of these toxic creatures into a bowl and let them fight it out.
Well, that's what
Is it
was
like a coup de
happening
grace or something?
Roman's strap.
Look, I blame you, Foodie. Because of you, we have to deal with leftover 1, 2, and 3.
Yep.
Okay? I really blame you, Foodie, for this. You need to handle your leftovers. Throw them in the trash where they belong.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, yeah. It's all her fault. The fucking twat. It's all her fault.
Monty, fight actually happens. Can there be a condition, because we know you're going to win anyway, but can there be a condition drawn up that when you win the fight, not if but when, that when you win the fight, Roman is not allowed to come onto the reaction channels and their chats anymore because he really doesn't belong over here. You know, he started off in the foodie beauty pasture, and then he started across the fence onto everybody else's pasture, and he just doesn't belong, and he has no place here. He's not important enough to talk about. He's just a clout chasing thirsty fool that needs to go away.
Well, I don't think there's ever going to be a fight. And if Monty shows up, I think it's just going to be a jump. There's not really going to be an actual fight. So,
all right, I found the name. It's called Kodoku, aka the curse poison, where you put all types of creatures in a bowl or a jar and they kill each other until only one is survive, and then you can use that creature for different things. It's called curse poison, Kodoku.
That's not like Sudoku.
no, it's not.
All right, I'll put it up
Definitely
if anybody
not.
wants to know. Okay, but it's an actual thing. So here we go. This is what it's called. It's by me, Kodoku, curse poison, aka Kodo, aka Kojutsu or Fuko. But yeah. So I guess people voted. People think 2/3 actually thought that he just won't show up.
No.
Which, yeah, I believe it. Yeah. Some people thought he
Roman is
might
a
dump
lot
me.
of hot smoke. That's
Yeah. Maybe you should blow it up Foodie Booty's booty then.
This storyline's the best thing that happened to Roman. It kept him relevant. It kept people talking about him. Now it's just the next storyline. Wait, his last storyline was I went on Monty's channel and I was victimized by a gaggle of women and Monty didn't defend me. That was a heck of a storyline. Let's see if your next storyline showing up to this fight actually happens.
Well,
or
that
if you're
would be
just
like
that guy.
Sorry, Buddha. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead. No. I was finished.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I was going to say, like, that was his second storyline. If you remember the first storylines when he came in around the first time, and I was hearing Gary's a bad guy taking up for women. How dare he say something when he cut everybody off? So then they ran with that for a while until they switched it over to, oh, now it's all the women. They're the bad people. So Monty, control your panel.
What a great time for a man to try to control us, eh? Does he ever have his
it ain't
finger on the
enough that the
pulse?
government's controlling our uterus, right? We got to have a Roman controlling us too.
right.
I learned a long time ago,
Roman
ain't
is-
no controlling a woman. So
Shut up, women, and your thoughts and your feelings. Oh my
Well, that's right. Yeah, Roman has put us in all our place. Everybody
Right.
who has a uterus and ovaries and a tuppence, shut up, because Roman has put us in our place.
And
A
he's
gaggle
gonna
of women, a gaggle of women. I like that.
he's gonna shit talk tonight. After work he's gonna be shit talking.
God,
like-
man, he's gonna be on my Instagram fapping, hanging out.
Yeah, what is with him and you, Buddha? Like, has he ever tried messaging you?
I don't know.
he
I
has
got
a
a bunch
thing
of
for
people who created their profile like the day before they messaged me, and they have
Yeah.
like 2 friends and like 1 following, and same on Twitter. At this point, it could be legitimate people from the fire squad trying to hit me up, and I'm just not accepting anybody. I'm not responding to anyone because I don't know who's who. There's a girl
Yeah.
that's been messaging me, I'm pretty sure is Foodie. And she just asks like generic questions, and I've never seen her before. But then one day she was in your chat right after she messaged me trying to get information about FFG, and I'm like, I don't want shady. I'm too suspicious of everyone all the time to ever fall for any of your crap, you trolls on the internet. You just won't get to me like that because I already have a stalker, and I suspect that every fake profile is him. And if it's not him, it's you. Either way, you're not going to get to me. Hit me up on OF though.
Right? Because Roman is like suspiciously knowledgeable of like all your accounts. Like, he always makes the comments like, I see your Instagram or your OnlyFans. And I'm like, Roman, what?
Well, that's what I say. Like, he doesn't have a crew. Like, this guy sits on the internet all day, and when he's not on the internet, he's in other people's chats type deal, or he's on Instagram, or you know, he got to go pick up his like Fritos. Like, it's all about just killing time and being an idiot on the internet. I don't see him with a lot of extracurricular activities and a bunch of, you know, let's go do activities with my friend crew. His friend crew is us. Because if it wasn't for us talking to him, he would be causing crap in some other community. You know what I mean? We're not keeping him from anything, is what I feel. But I could be wrong, you know? But that's just the vibe I get from him, that he doesn't have a lot of hobbies, and this is his hobby, even though he isn't grateful for it. And the views, and you'll get monetized quicker than me, because I don't give a shit about how fast I get monetized, because it's not a big deal to me. But with you, you should be thanking Monty for the time and Erie and all the people who talk about you. You should be grateful and not be a hateful little twat. Did I say that word yet? Because I feel like that's the word of the day.
Y'all know what I find funny? And tell me if you feel the same, but you notice how every single leftover of Chantal's, and yes, I call her Chantal on purpose because I know it irritates her. That's how I roll. Anywho, you notice how every leftover of Chantal's always comes on YouTube with a channel, and the first thing they want to do is go after the reaction channels. I think Little Miss Thing is going out there recruiting these little leftovers and saying, well, if you start a YouTube channel and start going after the reaction channels that come after me, you'll make money. And they do.
And they all seem
Speaking of that,
they all seem to make really crappy food cooking mukbang channels. What's with that?
well, speaking of that, I don't know if you all heard or if Monty heard, but Nutter's going to strike my channel falsely, I say. So that's what he said last night.
Oh yeah, he did say that.
Oh, it's going to strike it falsely.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Yep.
he didn't say he was going to falsely, but he said he's going to strike it because his name is on, or his picture's on thumbnails. Basically, is what I got out of it, or because I make or because I, react to him. He didn't really say how. He said, "Cause you lie. Cause you lie. My face on your thumbnail. What would you be without me? Still making parodies. That's exactly where I'd be without you." But
that is falsely striking you.
It would be the third one.
Well, see, I've got a suspicion. Have y'all know he hasn't used his Natty Batty channel in quite some time? I'm wondering if that's because he can't. It's been almost 30 days. Can't you get a 30-day suspension from YouTube? I'm just curious.
Yeah, but the thing is, when all accounts are connected to the same AdSense, if you get a 30-day timeout or even a 1 week, you cannot go on any of your other channels. Because remember, that's what happened to MFW. She had.
But is it connected to the same AdSense? Because it's not his main one connected to Foodie, and the second one he tried to open when he was trying to disconnect and open it for him to get away from Foodie.
Yeah, we thought that a long time ago, but if his was connected to her, then his would have been gone when hers was gone.
When hers was gone.
They're rooted out by the AdSense. So any channels connected to that one AdSense would be gone.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Okay.
Have you noticed though, ever since he tried to come after Monty and then he got a week off work, should we say, because of that? He's not really said anything about that, and he's becoming
all right, Gary. If it comes after you, I know what to do. Okay, so message me and we'll do some stuff. Okay,
sounds good. Yeah, because he said it last night. I will. Well, he said he was going to strike me. That's exactly what he said.
Yeah, but isn't that against TOS to even say that?
It is.
Yeah. Hey, Monty, if you go on my Twitter, I have the clip of the video where he said that.
Okay, good to know.
But yeah, Monty, I'll definitely hit you up.
Yeah, whatever happened to MFW coming to for Chantal? I have no idea because she keeps privatizing her live streams on YouTube, so I can never get to them because everybody's like going live. She was live like half an hour ago, no, an hour ago now, and then it's private. She keeps privatizing her lives, so I have no idea. I can't keep up. everybody's going live these days, and if some people are going live 8 hours, 12 hours, 15 hours, like how can you keep up?
That's funny. I was just about to bring up the fact that I wanted to do my first live.
No.
Yeah,
No,
do
no,
it,
no.
do it, Buddha.
No,
Go
no,
ahead.
Do it,
I mean,
Buddha.
like,
Here's what I was talking. You know how like we spend hours and hours watching these assholes, and it's like people have to take like weekends off. It's always very common to be like, I just got back from 5 days off. It's like super common for us to need that. So I don't ever want to get views from a foodie. I'm like foodie adjacent or natty adjacent. There's plenty of channels that get it right and talk about it, and I don't want to. I'm inspired by foodie, and I want to do like lives where I talk about how to deal with like the skills and shit. Like women right now, like everyone, we're all triggered as hell. It'd be nice to have like a mental health conversation about how we can actually use some skills so that this toxic crap in life and in the girl world doesn't actually, we don't need so much time. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
we can do a lot less damage to ourselves by watching these people, because I watch her even though she's damaging, but I use these skills so that it doesn't get to me too bad. You know what I mean? And I'd love to share that with people, because people ask me all the time as an alternative, like an not at the same time or anything like that, but just I don't know when to do it. I've never been live. I'm really bad with technology. I'll probably just be muted for an hour and a half while everyone screams at me in the chat, like. But I just want to have like a foodie inspired non-foodie stream where we just talk about, okay, how do I not turn out like her? Or how do I fight the urge to slap a bitch when I want to slap a bitch? That's kind of what I like to talk about.
I like that. That's a great idea. Like a decompressing session. Like,
yeah, where we can talk about like just straight up hardcore emotions, because even Gary the other day was talking on his stream about emotions, and there's nothing more triggering of the emotions than watching these people who have no morals, no values, no empathy, or no compassion, no anything. And how do you not wake up every day and hate people every day? And it's the DBT skills that I know so well that I'd love to be like, this is how you deal with that emotion or something like that. You know what I mean? It'll only help when we watch these crazy people. You know?
That sounds very similar to my mental health channel I used to have.
It is. It's
I mean, I still have it, but yeah, it's like there's nothing wrong with sharing skills that help you. You know what I'm saying? Because they may help other people, and they know, you never know.
Right.
So.
Right.
Mindfulness. It's the best.
One thing I
mindfulness,
like to do,
yes.
Mindfulness. I can't use it.
I do this at least once a month religiously. I do Reiki. I do a very deep Reiki cleansing session with a Reiki master to kind of cleanse. It helps me. I do feel it. I feel the effects of it. So that's just one thing I do. You got to find ways to get rid of the toxicity that is foodie and natter. So if Buddha has tips, why not?
Well, here's what I would do, because when I was like, the one thing about therapy, like DBT, which is specific for people with borderline personality disorder. So there's a website called DBT Self-Help, and it's for people to go to at any time and be like, I'm feeling like this. What skill can I use? But the thing is, if you've never been taught the specific DBT therapy, it's very hard to learn it in a mouthful here and a bite here and a bite here. So I thought when I do talk about it, I'm not teaching from any like place other than just trying to like explain it in layman's terms. Like like, for example, say someone has a really hard time talking to someone about something difficult. There's something called Dear Man, and it's each letter means a step. And so when you go through the letters, it's exactly how you would say approach your mom to talk about something super difficult. You know what I mean? So it's like a blueprint so that your emotions don't run away with you. That's all it is just, but if you don't really understand the skills, it's very hard to use them by learning them that way. You know what I mean? And not every place has access to to inpatient therapy or group therapy. So I thought, a lot of people talk about what skills that foodie could use and stuff like that. And I just want to put some options out there. Like, here's what she could do to help in this situation. What helps me, but not as a professional, just what the options are. I don't know. I'm just trying to help. This world is falling apart and she's not helping. And I'm just like, God, we need skills.
Well, I'm sure there is, because there's a lot of people in this community that would come to your live, Buddha, who have got the experience and the life experience and ability to actually deal with things like this. I mean, I deal with a lot of this shit by being with all you guys, because I think we all talk different languages, what blah blah blah, but we all come from the same place. Well, actually, no, I'm going to backtrack on that. We don't actually come from the same place. We don't actually come from the same mindset, and it would be a really good vehicle to show how all these different people deal with things like that. So I think that's a good thing, and I'll be there if you'll do
I'll
it.
watch.
Yeah,
I will too.
Yeah, I'm not trying to I don't want to be any kind of a reaction channel or anything like that. There's no need. There's plenty of channels and I watch all the ones I can. I just want to have a place where it's just easy to ask a difficult question. Like the other day, I wanted to punch my husband in the head. What should I do? What would you? Well, this is because I am a recovering Karen. I'm a recovering bitch. No. I am the first to admit that there's many places in Calgary that know me as that chick who freaked out. I'm sure. So I deal with really shameful, difficult emotions every day. And I just think it would be good to have an open conversation about it so that you can just ask without judgment. I don't judge anybody. I'm the worst.
And that would be so perfect where, where people can go to a channel where they can decompress. You know what I'm saying? Instead of, being anxious. A lot of people go through anxiety like I do. And I'm sorry, Chantal makes my anxiety bad. Like, I have
Yes.
times where I have to just take a break from her, Natter, and whoever else is connected to her, and just stay off YouTube.
Curl, I think I've talked with you before. I have severe anxiety and panic disorder. And one of the reasons I had to stop and kind of slow down on chapter 2, and I know I'm not trying to shout it out. I'm just mentioning my thought process. It's because it was getting to me, and Gary can attest to this. Watching that man scream every night for hours because I'm doing research was really triggering my anxiety. Even if my brain is like, this chump is nothing, it still does a back of your mind reaction, like, I don't like being shouted at. Why are you shouting at me, kind of thing.
Right.
And I had to say, you need to stop. You need to take a little break. The video will be complete, but I need to refocus on what makes me enjoy things. And that's just doing the comedy parody and the little clips that I do,
Right.
for like a minute. And you have to learn to take a step back. It's easy to say, guys, these are just losers. Don't pay attention. But you know what? Consistent exposure to the same type of thing, even if you don't think it's an hour or two of these people, can really slowly creep into your mind like a poison. And if you don't do something to distract from, hey, this reality that they live in is not my reality, it could eventually seep into your life and make it your reality.
Yeah.
I mean, I jump in every day, and the minute I hear Chantal's voice, my jaw clenches and I have physical symptoms from anxiety. And I pop in every morning because I want to see my friends. It's not about them for me. I found this community and then I just stuck it out because I found some awesome friends, a place where I feel like I can be myself. I can reconnect with people after being locked away for so long. And I put up with Chantal so that I can see you guys and talk to my friends, because you really are my friends. And I need to use the skills myself because I can't just stay away. I miss you guys too much.
That's
I'm
same
serious.
here,
Like,
actually, Buddha. I
same.
understand where you're coming from because I've met a lot of great people here, like people that's on the panel and the community we built, you know, and you know, I enjoy it, and actually that helps me as a part of one of my coping skills. You see what I'm saying? So sometimes if I get off the mind, I'll take a break, I'll go back, and sometimes the people there help me, if that makes sense, you know.
Oh, it makes total
Absolutely.
sense, Gary. It really does. I do take regular breaks. And it might not seem like it, but I do. And it's essential, actually. So if there's just one thing you take away from that, is do take regular breaks from it, because it really, really is a massive shit show that can really trigger you.
Like sometimes it don't hurt to take a break to where you do something, even if it's for 30 minutes or an hour that you actually enjoy, and just try to get your mind off everything else and just enjoy that. And it can actually help, you know, decrease anxious or anxiety, you know, and things like, you know, you being anxious and things like that. So never forget, have fun, enjoy a little, you know, and if you get too stressed out, take you a break and do something you enjoy.
That's why your music is so awesome. In the middle, when you go for your smoke break and the twerking chicken comes out, like,
Oh my God.
I
Thank you.
immediately chill. It's like a palate cleanser. It really is.
Gary,
That's
whole party.
You know,
that Erie made that for me. I have to say that because I'm not going to take the
awesome.
credit for it. Erie made that, and I love it too. So yeah, she's how I have that, and I'm glad that everyone enjoys it.
And you know, everybody be so into it. Like if you watch the chat, people be having all kind of emojis and laughing, and it's just like a whole great time.
Well, that's what I try to do over there, is to have, I want people to have a great time. Yes, sometimes I go off. Yes, there's some serious manners or serious times, but I try to not get stuck in that to where everything's always serious, because that's not why I done that to begin with.
Right.
You know,
Well,
it's to, you know.
Can I intervene and explain something about that particular video? So I love editing. That's my favorite thing to do. Give me something to edit and I'm happy. Gary knows this. So the evening I said, I'm going to do this for you, I was inspired by Gary's comedy on his channel. And I said, what feels more like Gary? I created the video break to be something you can laugh at, you can get up and dance. And a lot of people ask me where the music's from. Sorry, I hardly get time to chat when I'm moderating. I got the music from IntroTube, and it's just pieces of each song that Gary selected that I just remixed together. Okay. So that's where the music derives from. But it was catered to represent Gary's personality. Okay. It also is something, like I said, that I wanted people to be able, for at least 10 minutes, clear their brain from the overload of toxicity that they're watching, even though Gary makes it extremely comical. And another note, final note, not for one second anyone doubt that Gary doesn't have his own editing skills, because this guy is an amazing editor himself. I just did it as a friend because we happened to be on that phone that evening, and I said, I'm inspired, I'm going to do something for you.
That's awesome.
That is really awesome. Yeah, you're right, Phil. And I can see what you mean, because I tell you what, I've been having a lot of problems with. I'm a mod on Monty's channel, so I watch it. I watch I'm there. I watch the chat and everything. But what really has been upsetting me, is upsetting the right word? I don't know. I don't know whether upsetting is the right word, but is her food when she's eating her sounds. And I'm gonna mute it. I can't bear it. I really, really can't bear it. And I was thinking to myself, why are you getting so triggered by this? What's really going on? And I thought, I really do not have the answer right now. But when I am modding and when I am watching and all you guys, we're all here together, I really can't help it. So I just have to mute. I have to mute it. And now Monty is skipping. He's not skipping the eating sounds because of me, because I think we're all really disgusted by the eating sounds. But that was really, really getting to me. And I really questioned myself. Why is this really upsetting me so much? So I was like, I just
Because
need
it's
a break from it
disgusting.
now.
Yes, it
Well,
is.
yes, it is. But now I just mute. I just mute it. I
Well, the
can't
funny
bear it.
thing is not funny. One thing that might help, that was the wrong word, is for like, where you do mute it, try to make yourself laugh by portraying something funny. Even if you're sitting there yourself modding and she's eating, like put it on mute and be like, nom, 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 nom. Like every time she goes to do something, like try to make yourself laugh by, doing like a voiceover for yourself. And it's actually kind of entertaining. I mean,
Yeah.
like, I'm not
Yeah,
going to
I
lie
know
and
what you
say I
mean.
don't do it, but that way it'll try to give your mind a break of that. So I don't
Yeah.
know. It's just something, just a thought.
It's true though that Gary, you're right. You're right. I mean, what I do is I just mute it. And I even comment in chat. I'm muting now. I can't bear this, and I just watch chat. And that's it. And then
Natter is more triggering to me. Don't get me wrong, Chantal is very triggering. Like the stupidity and the eating and all that. Yes, I don't like it. But Natter is very, very triggering to me. And I think it got something to do with the fact that I was molested when I was a teenager, and all the yelling and the dictating, and that really just blows my mind. And sometimes I'm just like, I can't do this. Like, I have to be like, look, I can't even watch this reaction channel. I'm gonna let y'all go. See you later. I was in Collie's live yesterday. She played an awesome movie yesterday in her live, and then when Natter came on the screen, I had to go. I was just like, good night, everyone. I just can't with him.
Something about Chantal's content, I don't think she gets it, that the things that she's obsessed with, we're not obsessed with.
No.
She's obsessed with the Nashies and her Fupa and Natter, and she is so obsessed with him that she honestly thinks that her obsessions are completely interesting and intriguing to the rest of us, and they're not. All they are is just being irritating and annoying, and it's leading to burnout with everybody, the reactors, the viewers, the audience. And she doesn't seem to understand that the faster she burns out everybody, the lower her views are going to be and the less money she's going to make. And here's something that I find interesting about Miss Chantal lately. She's over there complaining about being broke. She's got lack of money, payday loans, all that. But yet the big dummy keeps deleting her live streams and making them age restricted. So it's like, girl, you need money, then you should leave those live streams up. Or if you're going to do a stream, don't do things in the live stream that you either delete or would mean less ads. So how can you be someone that you're complaining about lack of money? You're like, oh, I'm so broke, I gotta fix my car, da 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 da. Well, then you big idiot, do live streams, keep your freaking clothes on, and stop deleting them, and then maybe you might make some money. Fool.
Yes,
That's
please keep your
true.
clothes on. Look, I'm going to say something
Yes.
about the clothes thing. I'm going to say it right now. I noticed this morning that she keeps on using the excuse of the fact that she's obese and that there's no proper underwear, that there's this, that, and the other. Ma'am, and I'm not a skinny mini, I would say I'm 4'11", 130. Okay. So I have a little thickness to me. If I was to go on camera and accidentally show my upper pubic area, I would be yeeted off YouTube immediately.
Yep.
Stop hiding underneath the guise that I'm just a bigger woman. Ma'am, they make dresses and longer shirts and boy shorts and shorts and pants. There is absolutely no reason for you to be walking around on camera in your underwear or close to naked. There's a place for that. It's called OnlyFans.
Yep.
And that's exactly why she always had to delete a video, because she's always doing something in a video against TOS. And stop doing that stupid shit. Just be normal. If you're going to chat with your audience, chat with your audience, but make sure you're fully clothed and not expose yourself. Like, no one wants to see all of that. That is so gross. Like, she showed her scar from her surgery the other day. Like, who wanted to see that?
Nobody.
I know I didn't.
Oh yeah, that was terrible. I think it's all feeds into her desire to be desirable, and that's in a really, really twisted way. She's putting it out there. Oh,
You know
what? I do not have the answers, Curl. I really don't. Why she would do that to herself on camera? Like
Do you know
that?
what I see when I look at Foodie? This is just what I see. I see a person that is tragically lonely. I see a person that has found an outlet for that loneliness with the transitioning to live streaming. And I feel that she constantly feels the need to fill every moment with endless chatter because she has an audience and she needs the audience because she's lonely. What I need to do something to keep this audience interested. Just like if you're a girl in a new school type deal and you realize that the only reason guys are in diva is because they want to sleep with you or something. And you don't necessarily, but once you realize, like, if I got to do this to keep you guys as friends, you know what I mean? Like, there's many reasons that a lonely person would do something that's degrading to keep people in their lives type deal. And that's all I see with Foodie, is a person who goes live constantly because she's so lonely and she needs her friends. And she'll do anything. And the people that love her the most are the feeders. So she's a tease to me. She's not really like, I'm sexual, I'm going to go on OnlyFans and put out content. I feel like she doesn't do OnlyFans is because that's as much as she wants to do, is just be a tease. Like, oh, did you see my fupa? Oopsie, oopsie. But to actually be an adult and to say, this is my fupa in content because I'm a provider of erotic content. That's not where her lane is, I don't think. I think she's just doing whatever degrading and humiliating, slightly sexy, whatever it is that keeps them talking to her because she needs them to be there.
Buddha, she
talk to her.
doesn't have a lane. I don't think she has a lane. She don't have a space where she fits in. She's just doing whatever to please her enablers.
Well, I mean, she draws from the thing that's most constant with her, which is, I would say, her emotional well. And that's why when she mindlessly babbles for hours on end, it's always on something that she's triggered by emotionally, which is always going to be natter or I'm upset, you've betrayed me, block, block, block. But it's always emotion. And it's an endless well, but it's always the same stories because it's always the same emotions. That's what I see from like if I sat across a table, a group therapy table where you say put 12 borderlines around people with borderline around a table, and you hear everyone talking about the dramas in their lives, you see the same things kind of over and over. And that's what I see when I look at her.
I agree with you.
I would like to say something. I agree with both you ladies, Curl Connections and Buddha Bitch. I would like to add this, and I don't know if you guys agree. I'd be happy to hear what you got to say on this. But when I look at Chantal, watching her content, what I see is a person that she's taking the YouTube channel, which is a public platform, and what she's doing on YouTube is she's doing very thinly veiled adult content on YouTube, because on YouTube she has the biggest audience. If she were on OnlyFans, she would not have the biggest audience there. People have to pay to see her content. On public, it is free. Also, when you see her content, what she's doing, what she's trying to do, maybe she's not as successful as she wants to be, is she is trying to cut out the ordinary people in her audience she doesn't want to do ordinary content. A lot of the things that she does, it's all fetish related. You know, the flashing and exhibitionism and the eating and the chewing with her mouth open. She's catering to the feeders. She's looking for those people who have fetishes, because people with fetishes sometimes do pay well. So what she's trying to do on YouTube is she's trying to cut out the ordinary people with ordinary money and just make a public platform where she can do adult content and get the most money paid for it. But yet everybody's thinking, oh, she's going on camera and she's acting this way because she's gross, and she is. But really, she's trying to do like adult content on YouTube. Everybody's going insane, like, why is she flashing? Why is she being an exhibitionist? Why is she showing off her body that's inappropriate? Why is she wearing the too tight clothes? Everything she does is adult content. Very thinly veiled adult content on YouTube. And that's why everybody's getting disgusted and aggravated, because we're coming here for regular content. Nobody's signing up to YouTube for adult content. We go on an adult site if we want to see that stuff. But if she went on an adult forum, like say OnlyFans, she would have major competition from other people doing that exact same content.
I agree.
On a public platform, there's virtually no competition. And that's exactly why she's doing it.
And that's the thing with OnlyFans, is that the people, they're not looking like, it's clear usually when someone's requesting content in OnlyFans what they want. They're not like, oh, maybe if you're feeling flirty, you can flash me. They're like, I would like, you know what I mean? Like, she's not packaging herself like this is my content. You have to feel comfortable with it and send it out and pay-per-view. Like, she just wants to be a tease.
She's not confident in herself.
Yeah, like I'm fine. Someone asked in the chat earlier, like, would you be comfortable if Natty or Roman subscribed to your OnlyFans? First of all, my free account, you can't see anything on there. So these two chumps, they're not going to pay money, American money, which is more than to even access my wall, which is not even all my content. Then most of my content's fully in pay-per-view. And the thing is, like, you have to go through like 2 paywalls to even get to my XX. So now, like, and that's the thing with Foodie, is that she just wants to be a tease type deal from what I see, because I don't see her being like, this is my fupa and I want to use this to turn you on. You know what I mean? Like, she is in the giggly flashing traffic kind of vibe, as opposed to this is content and it has a monetary value. Why am I out of breath? Sorry.
No, you're absolutely right. I totally agree with you. And she's so weird and awkward. Like, she created this OnlyFans, but in actuality, I don't think Chantal is actually comfortable with OnlyFans. She's comfortable with her beezers. Not everybody that's on OnlyFans.
I think she's more comfortable with like the Girls Gone Wild content from back in the day.
Yeah. I agree, Gary.
Poop is gone wild.
Hello.
Poop is gone wild.
Oh, hello. Can I say something?
Yes, go ahead.
Oh, hiya. I was just going to say, I don't really feel like she's making any content. I don't think she puts any thought into it. I think she just doesn't have any boundaries.
Totally agree with that.
Like, I don't think she's consciously, like, doing anything in particular other than just trying to get attention.
True. She craves attention.
I think some things that she does.
Have, like, any talent. She doesn't have any hobbies. She doesn't have any friends. Like, she doesn't do anything. So the only way she can get attention is by being disgusting, being a glutton, or showing her body. Because she's just lazy, isn't she?
That's true.
the content that she's doing, I struggle to understand why she does the things that she does, because she's doing all these different things to get attention and make money. But yet, what does she have to show for it? She doesn't have a house. She doesn't have a paid off car. She has nothing in savings. So she's scrambling, trying to appeal to as many people as possible to get the most money possible. But what does she do with it? I mean, she's doing the most, but there's no positive end to, to justify what she's doing. It's like, oh, I'm doing all this stuff because I'm buying a house, or I'm paying off my car, or I'm putting things in retirement. There's nothing. All she's doing is barely keeping her head above water at the same time she's drowning. She's running the place and going nowhere.
Yeah,
and also have the nerve to trick off her money on Natter.
Yeah, but her currency is attention and male validation.
Yep.
Like, you can't judge her through the lens of like a normal person, where you think like, oh, if I had some money, I'd buy a house, or I'd buy this, or I'd buy that. Like, none of those things have value to her, because she's spoiled and like she has no long-term plans. Like, her only needs in life are male validation and attention, like 24/7.
It is
very true.
You're right. Yeah, that's why she exposes herself, Frostbite, on YouTube. That's why she does it. Oh, sorry, I've just dropped my handkerchief on the floor. Not she's ever had a handkerchief in her life, but do you know? And bend over and show my bare butt cheeks. Or my, it's all for attention. What drives that? I don't know.
She has a lot of feeders on her channel. Not everyone there is there for that.
Yeah.
So basically, when she does all this, just my opinion, when she does everything, flashes, shows this, does certain things, it's for that certain group. It's not for everybody else. And she knows who that group is, and they know who they are. And I wouldn't doubt if sometimes they don't send, like PayPal or certain things, asking her to do certain things on stream. And that's where, oopsie.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I just saw it. Oh, no, go ahead. Sorry, Rose.
No, I'm so sorry to interrupt you. We've seen evidence of her feeders, giving her money, and she's actually said on stream that they bought her clothes, they buy her food. You know that on top of the food and the clothes, that they're sending her money through PayPal. I mean, I've seen people on stream that point in the direction of, this is not something she would normally do. Somebody's paying for this. Like when she eats something that's not her norm, because she gets fixated on like one or two foods and that's all she eats. So if she eats something completely unusual, that's probably a feeder saying, hey, I'll throw you some money on PayPal. Just eat this for a week or eat this for a day. It takes one to know one. I used to binge eat. And I'm like, I see you, foodie. See you all the way over here. I know what you're up to. I know what you're doing. So like she's what she wants is an audience of, like I said, the fetish people, especially the feeder fetish people, because if she cuts out the normal audience that is disgusted with her eating, then what she's got left are the fetish people, the feeder people, that they're going to be yes men. Oh yes, go ahead, eat that food. We want you to eat more. They're going to encourage her to eat.
Yeah.
Example of that is SJM. Look how much money that one person gave her. She wants more of those.
Yep.
So she's going to continue to do this bad behavior because she's looking to attract more SJMs to her chat that will bankroll her and encourage her to do what she wants. It's not about no in her world. No does not make her money. Yes makes her money. So she's looking for the yes men that will bankroll her.
And the example to that, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Okay. Well, the example to that is the day when she was on cam, when she was crying over Natter, and like in that same video, she got the McDonald's, and the way she devoured that ice cream sundae was the most disgusting thing I had ever seen in my life. It seemed like she was making love to the ice cream sundae, and you could look at her chat and they were just kind of like cheering her on and wanting her to eat more. And I was just like, this is so gross on both ends. And what happened to you being so distraught over Natter? As soon as the food come, everything is okay.
Well, Go ahead. I'm sorry, Buddha. Go ahead, ma'am.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, because I always look at things kind of through my personality disorder filter. When I look at Foodie, she loves attention, and a lot of times I find myself included, I love attention because it helps me feel worthy. And as I get older, that is obviously less. I feel worthy on the inside, so I don't necessarily need to show skin. But I used to be the girl that needed it. And someone wrote in the chat, I can't remember who, that she feels that being naked is sexiness. And the one thing I think is that there are so many men who love big, beautiful women, and you don't have to have a flat stomach. You don't have to be. Beauty is more than sexy body parts. The thing is, we had a whole conversation the other day about how beautiful her face was, and when she did her makeup, and I see old videos of her, and I'm like, this is me. Because looking at her now, she's just like this. And she's gone so far in the opposite direction of not taking care of herself that, like, just showering, putting on a beautiful top, something that you feel beautiful in a color that's not ham, with even a wig that's just done nice, a little bit of gloss, some nice eyeliner, like, stunning. Her chat would be full of men that are just like, shake that thing, baby, and she could be like, but not in a disgusting, gross, I vomited on myself, I'm sleeping in pea sheets. Like, I feel like if she just worked on that part, she would start to feel more beautiful, and she would get the things she most covets most, which is attention from men or attention from people. But she would have way more and better quality in her chat than, say, these feeders. But it just takes some investment on her end, which she used to do, but now she isn't. Like, it's kind of like, do you want attention or not? Like, just shower and try to be presentable a little bit, and men will be aplenty in your chat. Right now, it's just the guys who think farts are sexy.
Yeah, but that's not her real self, is it? Like, she's not a dignified, pretty, put together young woman, well, or whatever, middle-aged woman. Like, she's foul, she's disgusting. Like, she's just being herself, and it's just so frustrating to watch, because as a viewer, you think, oh, if it was me, I'd do this, or she could do this and this would make it better. But, like, I think people just don't understand. You just have to take her as she is. Like, she's just a vile pile of, I don't want to swear, but she's like, she's just a fat Karen, isn't she? Like, that's why I love watching her. Like, I've never seen anyone so vile in my entire life, and she's just so, like, out there with it. And I think the reason she's just so disgusting and, like, so repulsive is that, like, when she first came on YouTube, she tried to be, like, pretty, and she did her makeup, and she had, like, a makeup channel, didn't she? Like, do my makeup with me and stuff, and people weren't really interested. She didn't get the views. So then she started doing mukbanging, super morbidly obese woman eating food. Then she got the views, and I think she just calculated, like, the more I degrade myself, the more attention I get. And I think because she cares about attention more than anything else, she's just gone with that. Like, it's just unbelievable. Like, I never ever have seen a woman, like, behave like that. I've never seen, like, it is fascinating to watch. Like, it is at her expense, but, like, she didn't have to film it, did she?
I don't think
It's
there's anything.
remarkable, isn't it? Sorry,
I don't-
Buddha.
no.
It is really
Go
quite
ahead.
remarkable what she's put out there, Frostbite. You're totally right. And I understand your gobsmackery completely, because we all feel it. And it is quite
But
something.
she tries to blame it on being fat, doesn't she? But we all
She
know
does.
fat people
100%
that are just
she does.
gorgeous and, like, dignified, and, like, they wash and they're just like normal.
Absolutely,
They
yeah.
just are a bit, like, overweight, and that's it. But, like, she threw herself into the stereotype of this, like, gluttonous, over the top, insecure, desperate. Oh, it's just, oh, it's horrible. Like, it's so
We brought up
gross.
hungry fat chick the other day. Like,
Yeah.
she's, I love her. I love looking at her. She's just so lovely. And she's a beautiful girl. And it's not anything like, I don't know how anyone could be like, your size makes you ugly or anything. I think your behavior is the only thing that dictates that. And confidence, like when I look at Hungry Fat Chick, everything she's been through, and she's just got the smile on her face, and you can't get me down. Like, I go to her for inspiration. So it has nothing to do with size. You know what I mean? Like, Chantal just uses that as a crutch, you know?
Yeah,
It's
she
the same
always
thing
has.
to hide
Yeah.
behind.
Well, back in the day, I mean, I never watched her when she first started or whatever, but when the first criticism started coming in and she was getting really triggered about that, that's what she would always hang the coat on. Oh, it's because I'm fat. It's because I'm this. It's because no, it isn't. Because people are actually very perceptive and do not judge the people around you by the barriers and the narrowness of thinking you have in your own mind. We can actually, we can see it. If it's a duck and it quacks, it's a fucking duck, okay? No matter if it's a thick duck or a thin duck. You can be, and that is something, I think, do you think that penny is dropping in her mind now, that it isn't fat phobia? Or do you think she's still hanging her hopes that it is all because she's big?
I think she tries to hide behind it, but I don't think she could ever even get it through her head that the way you look doesn't make your life easier. Like, for example,
Right.
people say to me all the time, "Oh, it's easy to have confidence when I look like you." I don't look like me. It took a lot of working out to look like me. It took a lot of discipline. And you know what I mean? My skin looks good. I don't smoke. I work out. Like, the thing is, a lot of people think I'm dumb as shit. I am constantly talked to like I'm an absolute moron because I like dresses and I try to look girly. And I constantly have to fight this like stereotype from people that they're like, oh, you actually got a thought in your stupid little brain. You're just pretty, you know? What else do you do? And the thing is, there's discrimination on all ends. Like, being a dumb broad, believe it or not, is also an insult. And that has been something I've been called for a long time. Like, you're just a doll. You're not a person with a brain. You're a doll. And
You're
men
just
look
a pretty face.
well, sometimes men on dating sites will look at me and think I'm just a penis warmer that they can take to barbecues and be like, look what I got. And it sucks because you sometimes lose a lot of credibility when you lean into your aesthetic and you're not taken seriously. And I'm not like I'm a victim or anything, but she's like, you weigh more. What does that have to do with, you know what I mean? Like, it's a stupid thing to hide behind.
Confidence is
I don't
within
know.
you. Look, I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell you something. One of my favorite people on earth is my aunt, who isn't much older than me. She's the young, fun aunt, and she weighs close to 450. Okay, and because she is the younger aunt, I have the pleasure of being able to go out with her during my clubbing days and have fun with her. And I have seen this woman on the dance floor shaking her thing, dressed to the nines, showered, makeup, perfume, just having the most confidence on earth, not needing to dance with anyone, and all the men gravitating towards her. Towards her. Now, mind you, at the time, I'm a 20-year-old skinny mini young one. So if we're going to use that stereotype, one moment. Sorry, the kiddos were playing. If we're going to use the stereotype that, oh, well, you just think you're better at me because you're skinnier and younger. No. First of all, some men don't care about that. What they want is to have fun, and they want a woman who has a level of confidence to where they don't have to be constantly 24/7 lifting them up, that they can just have fun and they balance each other out. You don't have that man. You sit there every night complaining that the reason people don't like you is because of XYZ. Look within yourself and really evaluate who you are. Look back at your videos. It's right there. Actually look back at your videos. There's a reason you didn't want to actually look back at your Cuba rage, because you didn't want to see what we all see.
Can I
It's
jump
up to
in?
you. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry.
I'm
Didn't
off
mean to
the
interrupt you.
soapbox. Off the soapbox.
Sorry. I was going to say, I actually think, I don't really agree with that. I think most women that are like normal sized have an advantage over morbidly obese women, because most men don't want to smash morbidly obese women. Like, it is what it is. And if you're pretty, then you have like pretty privilege, and that's what Chantal would love to have. Because the thing is, Chantal is actually really pretty. I think it's lucky that she's actually made herself obese, because if she wasn't obese, I think she'd be absolutely terrorizing the male population. Like, the only reason she doesn't have the opportunity to just completely destroy so many men's lives is because she's like disgusting and she's morbidly obese, and most men like don't want to get with her. That's why she gets with like Nada, like BB, Pete's. Like, she just scrapes from the bottom of the barrel. But if she like was thin and pretty, she'd be like Amber Heard. Like, she'd be out in the club like going mental. Like, she really wishes she could just go out and go crazy, and the only thing that stops her is that she's fat. So I think it's a good thing that she's fat, because I think she'd like do some crazy stuff. Like, she stalks people, like she has no boundaries, like trying to peep in people's houses. Like, I cannot imagine the havoc she'd be wreaking if she was actually like on Tinder and actually getting like real men on there, because I don't think she's actually really getting real men on there, especially from Canada. But if she was like normal sized, I think she'd be like Sagittarius shorty. I think she'd be out every night.
Oh, well, I've got to disagree with you on one point, Frostbite. She's not pretty. She isn't. She is not pretty. And the
Her
reason why
face is
she's not pretty, is it? Is it really? Really?
Yeah, if you
Is
look
it?
at her pictures when she's younger, she's really pretty.
I don't know about that.
Keyword is younger.
Well, hey, this is just my opinion, and everybody has we've all got an opinion, but I don't think she is. And what makes it doubly horrible is the fact that she's ugly on the inside. And but I would like to agree with you on the point of the wreaking havoc thing. I think, I don't know who it was. I'm sorry if I forget your name. At some point during this whole shenanigan said, if she could actually get up and walk and be fit enough to do some damage, she really could possibly go over to Montreal or Gatineau or places like that and actually do some damage to Nada and Didi, of course, if she was really in the mindset. Well, no, she was in the mindset. Sorry, I'm misspeaking here. And she had the actual physicality to do something physical about somebody. So I agree with you, and I disagree with you about that. She's got pretty eyes. I'm sure that. I don't think she's pretty.
I think like just because you know what she's like, it's hard to be objective. But like I looked at a picture of her on her Instagram when she was younger, when she was slim, and I was like, oh my god, she's actually really pretty. Like, she got nice eyes, she had like nice hair, she was wearing like fairly reasonable clothing, like she's got nice eyebrows, she does really good makeup. Like, obviously, because we know what she's like, you know she's just like an absolute demon. But like, objectively, if you just saw a picture of her, I wouldn't be like, oh my god, that girl's ugly. I'd be like, yeah, I think she's quite pretty.
Yeah, okay.
I liked her when she did her flash dance thing. Remember, like flash dance, like with the wig and the. I think like pretty is as pretty does, to be honest with you. And I think when she was doing her videos and she was being a quirky girl, like we didn't know that other side of her personality per se, and like, you know, and she cared more. She showered and she wanted to be affable to her boyfriend, you know, and. You know what I mean? Like, she was in a situation where she would want to be intimate with someone on a regular basis who she actually cares about their opinion of her. And then I think she got her heart broken and she just went downhill from there.
She wasn't intimate with BB, but she did like do her nails and stuff, didn't she? She used to have like nice nails. Like, she used to wash her hair. I think she used to wear like different outfits. Like, she looked all right. Like, obviously she's really fat, but she's still pretty.
Can I touch on the whole hungry fat chick thing for a second? So this is what's interesting between hungry fat chick and Fody Beauty. They're both bigger women. But and Foodie Beauty likes to say that the reaction channels were all about fat shaming. Hungry Fat Chick is about the same size or maybe a little bit bigger than Chantal. But Hungry Fat Chick, she has her channel. She does her mukbang. She comes on with her makeup on, and there's no drama. And her channel is twice the size of Foodie's. But she comes on her channel and there's no drama, and no reaction channels talk about Hungry Fat Chick. Not a single one. So Foodie, it's not about your size, dear. It's not about the pounds. It's about your attitude and the way you're conducting yourself.
And the drama. And the drama she creates.
You know, we're not going after
the drama she creates. Go ahead, I'm sorry, Miss Rose.
No, it's okay. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to talk over you, ma'am.
No. It was me. I'm sorry.
But she just likes to say that we're fat shamers, that we're coming after her because of her weight, we're bullying her because of her weight. But yet there are other people on YouTube that her size or maybe a little bit bigger. We don't talk about them because there's no drama, there's no toxicity. I mean, I watched Hungry Fat Chick, and I think she's a lovely person as far as her personality. I would sit down and talk to her. I would never sit down and talk to Foodie. Just her personality is ugly. It is downright ugly and disgusting. Hungry Fat Chick, I would watch all day. Foodie, I can't stand to watch it for more than a minute because I just feel a certain kind of way.
And I think that's what makes her ugly, is all of that put together. Like physically, Chantal, I don't think she's unattractive. I think, I think she kept herself up better when she was younger. Now that she's dealt with these men, especially like Natter, I think a lot of her confidence has went down. She allowed this man, I'll say, to down her, to say anything to her, to degrade her, and it's like consumed her, and now she's addicted to it in some kind of way. That's how, I mean, I see it like that. I could be wrong, but I think she's kind of addicted to that in some way. I don't know. I may be wrong. I'm sorry.
I think Chantal's whole life can be summed up with just one word: obsession. Everything in her life becomes an obsession. She says she wants love, but she doesn't know what love is. So she goes to the other side of that, which is obsession. She gets obsessed over food, over Natter, over attention. She's got a bunch of addictions going of different kinds, but I think her top two addictions, her top two obsessions are attention, that's number one, and money. When she first started her channel, and I went all the way back to like years ago, you watch her content from years ago and you're like, who is this person? Because she offered a variety of different content, and this shocked me. She actually did gaming content, believe it or not, a couple of videos doing video game playthroughs. So like anybody on YouTube, she was trying to figure out what she wanted to do. But then when she started doing mukbangs and she started to get the views, that's when she got obsessed with the money and the attention and how many views she was getting and the subscribers. And she just got wrapped around the attention, and she got wrapped around the money. I think that her being monetized was like the worst thing to happen to her, because she just got completely obsessed with it. And now, because she's got Natter to pay for, Dee Dee, herself, Pete, the cats, she's more obsessed with the money than she's ever been, because it just seems like the more she makes, the more she spends. If she were just some ordinary person on the street with an ordinary salary, she'd probably be a lot healthier because she couldn't do all the things that she's doing. You could give Chantal $1 million tomorrow, and it would be the absolute ruin of her, because like I said, the more money she's got in pocket, the faster she's going to spend it, the more she's going to use it for what? Her obsessions. Absolute obsessions.
I agree with you. It's obsessions. A lot of obsessions.
Somebody in the chat said that she's gonna buy a wig right now, and that's where she's at. Oh boy, here we go, spending off her money.
May I make a suggestion as a hairdresser or as a retired hairdresser? To be honest with you, hair like mine with bangs, it doesn't have to be so, but if she sat in my chair as a hairstylist, you have to kind of look at proportions. And to be honest with you, a nice sleek bob that got a little longer in the front with a nice fringe because you could keep it messy, scrunch it up, bedhead, sex hair, it all looks good with a haircut like that. I don't dislike her so much that I wouldn't recommend a haircut that would look really good on her. Not to her, because I don't want to talk to her ever, but if you're ever listening, that's what you should get a fringe, get some messy and longer in the front. That way it slims out the side of your face. Girl, you know what? Maybe if you loved yourself and felt better about yourself, you'd stop punishing everyone in your life so much. So I'm not against giving you a tip that might help you, love yourself enough that you might, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Buddha,
I'm not that bitter. That's what she needs. So if you're listening,
Buddha,
that's the
by you
wig.
being a hairdresser, could a hairdresser like kind of like cut her wig in such a way?
Absolutely. She could just put it on, glue it to her head, and a hairdresser can be extremely gentle. We can use wide tooth combs. We use cutting spray, which is like a lubricant for the hair. And it's super easy to just like part the hair, blow dry it, cut it. I've cut extensions, like bands of extensions in hair that you could see through it. Like, trust me, I've worked on some jacked up hair. She could easily just glue it to her head, go in and go, do me. And it's just a regular haircut, as long as it's not like a new talent or a newbie. So you might have to spend and get a senior stylist. That's what I would suggest. You get what you pay for when it comes to a hairdresser.
I agree.
Yeah. So where are all these friends she's got in real life who are sorry, I can't talk today, who could advise her on things like this?
I don't think
she
she
has any
has.
friends.
She don't have. They don't
All
exist.
right. I'm going to do something nice, and I'm also going to give some advice. Chantal, get rid of the ham color, and it's not because anyone hates the ham color. I happen to like it. It looks good on me because of my skin tone, right?
Yes.
I got a little more olive to me.
Mhm.
The thing is, with you, it washes you out. But I will tell you one color that looks fabulous on you. Minty green looks really nice on you. Stick with your minty green, your seafoam green, your aquas. That actually helps. There. That's my nice tip for you today.
Yeah.
I could see that. I can definitely see that.
And also a layered haircut. I know it's a bit passé these days, maybe. I'm not sure. But so, like some feathering or layers through the wig, and some colours in clothes that are opposite to the skin colour. Just a tip. Like me and Erie have said before, I'm sure we could dress her really well. I'm not. She would probably hate it, but
She should
No,
wear
but
like jewel tones, I reckon.
jewel tones, and vivid pastels are your friends. Chantal, stay
yeah,
away from earth tones. They do not work on you.
yeah,
Mhm.
something like burgundies or like emerald greens, things like that. Yeah, jewel tones, of course. Yeah,
And please stop wearing the tight pants that show off your bell pepper butt.
yeah. Mm,
I'm just saying.
Empire waist flowy. Think
yeah.
empire waist flowy. You can throw a nice pair of leggings underneath it to kind of like make it look modern, casual.
Yeah, exactly.
Ballet flats that are comfortable. Invest on a good pair, because if you're already having flat foot issues that are bloating your feet, you want something that has a nice foam insert to it.
Mhm.
And say,
I
where
hack
are
for
all
you.
these girlfriends? Where are all these girlfriends?
They don't exist. They don't exist.
So
She
why
should
does she
just
say she has them?
Because she's a liar.
Look, the closest
Apart from
girlfriend
that.
she has, the closest girlfriend she has is Pete's. And I'm not trying to shit on Pete's, but that's the closest one she has. She's already shit on Shannon. She didn't even acknowledge Shannon's father on Father's Day. And that
Yeah,
was
but she
supposed
didn't
to
care,
be
does
her
she?
childhood friend.
I don't think she's ever had a friend. Like, have you not heard her stories about like how when she was younger, she just used to like put out new pictures of Pete and like bully him and stuff. Like this, like Pete is clearly like, I don't know what the politically correct way to say it, but he's like completely socially inadequate. She's blatantly taking advantage of him.
Absolutely.
Like she said, like her friends when she was younger. Do you remember when she told that story about when she was stalking those older men, and she got her friend to put like a note through the door, and they were like, "Stop coming to the house," and like creeping on these older dudes, and like the dad had to come out and be like, "Can you stop stalking my sons, because I don't want them to get in trouble because you're a minor and you're like stalking my adult sons." But she told a story about it, and like her quote unquote friend in the story was just like this girl that she manipulated. Like she doesn't have any friends. Like who could tolerate Chantal for like more than like 5 seconds? Like be honest, like can anyone picture spending any time with Chantal? Like when she filmed when she went to that party with her friend, like her quote unquote friends, it was like Rena and I don't know if Shannon was there, but they were like outside in the smoking area, and she had like her phone out and she was like filming herself and just constantly talking about herself and like giggling, and it's just like, mate, you don't have any social skills.
She didn't have.
Look at her in Cuba.
Look at her in Cuba.
Do you want to be on my YouTube channel? Do you want to be on my YouTube channel? And everybody was politely putting their head down and going, "Shut up, Chantal." It was painful to see. It was terrible. No, it's fine. Carry on.
Look at her in Cuba. She went there by herself. It was so many people there. She was all awkward. If that was me or anybody else I could say on this panel, we probably would have met some people, been out with them, had a good time, and made the best of the vacation. What she did, she waddled to the beach, waddled to the room, waddled to the eating area, waddled back to the room.
Do you know what I think? I think she's always seen other women as competition type deal, but I don't think she understands that skinny doesn't mean that they're better than a bigger girl or anything. She needs to find a community. For example, I'm part of a community called the Rockabilly community, and it is majority plus size women. There's a reason that there's petticoats, and no matter how big of a girl you are, you'll see girls like hair and cinched and a huge skirt and stockings and heels and hair. And she could be like 350, 400 pounds. It's very common to see very big women in rockabilly dressed to the nines because it's all about silhouette. You know, if you're a bigger girl, pinch in underneath your boob, put a push-up on and put a crinoline on. And then you have this nice big silhouette. The thing is that if she found friends that are also curvy and she didn't see them as competition, more as allies, like it's not me against you, it's us. We're curvy girls. Why don't we shower and leave the house? And you know what I mean? Do curvy girls, you know what I mean? Like she sees it's either like us against you, right? You know what I mean? That's how she needs a curvy scene.
It's not like that at all. Like I have friends that are smaller than me. I have friends that are plus size. And it's not no competition between us. Like we're not jealous of each other. We actually root each other on when something exciting happens, you know? And the closest thing to a friend to Chantal is Ashley Lamborghini. And she doesn't even know that lady. She knows her from her chat. That's it.
Yeah, but I think Foodie sees all women as competition because like the main thing she wants in life is male approval. But also,
and that's the problem.
Even if she got into fashion, even if she like washed and stuff, it's just sprinkling glitter on shit. Like she's still got a dog shit personality. Like it doesn't matter what she wears, how much makeup she wears. As soon as she opens her mouth, she's out of the race. Like Because
And that's
even
the
someone that's bigger than her, or that's like not got such good makeup or whatever, their personality still counts for something, and her personality is unbearable. Like even Nada can't stand her. Like he's like a literal smackhead, and he literally cannot stand her. Like
that's her problem, Frostbite, because the fact that here's the thing that she doesn't understand. She's dedicating her entire time to finding someone to be with. Look, and disagree with me if you don't agree, that's fine. Here's the thing, right? If you want a good partner, a partner that's going to value you for you and lift you up and build you up, you need to start working on yourself and the people around you, because they do look to see. You want to attract good people, you attract good people by being a good person and by treating the people around you that care for you good. Because if as long as she's the perfect prey for a person like Nat or Roman and SJM. They want a woman who's alone and desperate, who will do anything for the attention. Work on your own happiness and the relationships you have within your family, your friends. Do some reconnections, mend some burned bridges, and then see what partners are more open to you. Right
I
now,
agree
you're
with
just
you there.
attracting every douchebag. Sorry.
No,
Go
I
ahead.
agree with you there. A lot of times when people have crappy personalities, myself included, I'm not better, but I'm getting better. People say with personality disorder traits, a lot of their behavior that makes their life so hard is because they don't love themselves, or they haven't processed any of that or found a way, because they say that as you recover in mental health, you stop punishing the people around you as you learn to love yourself. And I think if she I don't think I feel like if she found a way to somehow love herself more, then she would just treat people I'm not saying she'll treat people better, but maybe she'll be 2% less toxic because she has another couple girlfriends that she can hang around with, so she's not chronically lonely, or you know what I mean? Like, I feel like a lot of her crappy behavior has to do with personality traits that are fed by unpacked self-loathing. But that's just what I see. That's not, that's just, you know what I mean? Like, as we love ourselves more, we tend to treat other people better. And I think if she did that, then I think we would see results as a part of that progression in her. You know what I mean? Or it's a lot to ask for her to ever work on herself. But if she did,
Right.
I mean, results are results. Like, you don't understand how horrible I used to treat people. Like, I flog myself mentally every day for, like, I'm not that far off from how Foodie, like, I'm not like her, but I manipulate and gaslight. I would throw punches at people that loved me. I would grab wheels when we were driving. I don't I still don't know if I ever deserve love after the way I acted in my life back at the day. But
listen,
yes,
you do.
but I'm working on it. But I need to know that. No one can tell me that, and she needs to know that.
I'm going to tell you something, a little secret, Buddha. Summer of 2020, I was probably the worst version of myself that I could ever be on earth. I was an angry mama bear that just wanted to mouth off and smack down at people. And I carry that, and I remember it every day because I never want to return to that version of myself. I remember how I was to avoid ever being that person, because I do. I regret the person I was. I do. But I'm telling you, the first step is recognizing that, yes, I was a fucking shitty human being. I was the worst version of the person I could be ever. And once you recognize that, you work on it. You say, I don't ever want to be there. And pretending it didn't happen doesn't work, right? You have to remember that, yes, at one point in time, I told a motherfucker to jump off a bridge. One point in time, I wished ill things on people, and I never want to do that again. That's the first step. As long as you can get to that first step, you can work on step 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever steps it takes to get to where you feel happy with yourself again. You can do it.
I think Foodie's problem, one of her problems, is all of her relationships, friendships, relationships with men, they're all transactional. She's that kind of person that if she does something for you, it's not out of a good heart. It's not out of generosity. She's looking for leverage. Anything she does for you, no matter how small, she's going to remember it. She's going to note it down. And then she's going to be that person that she's going to come to you and say, and how many times have we heard this, y'all? Everything that I've done for you. Like she'll bring it up, everything I've done for Natter, all the things I've done for Natter. A truly good person would not note down everything and then throw it in your face later. Notice every person that's around Foodie, every man that's around her, both Natter and Peace. It's because she's trying to control them and manipulate them. And it's all about them being financially dependent on Foodie. Nobody is around Foodie because they like her and they want to hang out with her and because they enjoy her personality. So therefore, she has to come to YouTube and talk to people because in her personal life, where are her friends? She has no friends. She gathers people to her that, she's always looking, she sizes them up and how can I control this person? How can I manipulate this person? She doesn't have female friends because she looks at women as competition. This is my opinion. She looks at them as competition. And let's just say she went out with a person who was another female. She couldn't deal with that because she'd always be looking at that woman and going, oh, she's taking the spotlight away from me. She might be getting the attention. She wants to be in the spotlight all the time. All the time. She wants to be surrounded by men that give her love, give her admiration. Notice that when Foodie talks about men, notice that it's not just one man chasing her, it's several. She's talking to all these different guys. She needs to feel wanted by more than just one man. Like, I'm so desirable, I'm so sexy. It's not just one man who's talking to me, it's several. But every relationship in her life, it's all transactional. What she can get out of that person, what they'll give to her. And if she does something for you, then you better give something back. And you're going to owe her for life. She wants to own you in some way. That's Foodie. That's why she's alone.
I agree.
So right, Rose. We all agree with it. And as Erie and Buddha have said, so how did you change? How did you change?
Oh, like how did I change?
Mm-hmm.
Well, my mother was borderline, like she was a person who had borderline traits, and she lived a Foodie Bootie's life. Like I watched it, I grew up with it. She was 15 when she had me, and I was what she took her frustration out because she didn't know skills, and skills are important so that you don't punish the people in your lives. And when I became a teenager, I became very borderline behavior. And basically, mom never took care of herself, and then she checked out. And I wanted to be a mom someday, and I never wanted to have kids and bring my baggage in. So I went to a psychiatrist. I went to a walk-in clinic and said, if you don't send me to a psychiatrist, something crazy might happen because I don't know what's happening to me, but I don't want to end up like this. And that was a month after mom died, and I got properly assessed. Well, I got assessed by a crazy criminal doctor, but then I got reassessed by another psychiatrist, and that's a whole other story. And basically, I started my path of accountability because if I actually wanted to be a mom that didn't take her, because moms, as a hairdresser, all I did was listen to moms. I haven't slept in 3 days. That's, I haven't eaten a good meal. I haven't had a haircut in a year. I can barely crap with the door closed. And I can barely be a normal non-bitch when I do get 8 hours of sleep and I eat a salad and I don't have people who are mean to me in my life. Like, vulnerability and taking care of your mental health is whether or not you treat people around you horribly. And I just never trusted myself. So my whole life's about mental health, and I decided not to have kids so I don't have to rush it. And I'm at the place in my recovery where I'm just dealing with the shame of what I've done. Because when you really become accountable and you think back, oh, I made people feel like it was them. I destroyed lives. I was a very good gaslighter. You've met me. I mean, imagine if I used my power for evil. And I did. And I will have that shame. I've been single for a long time because I don't know if I can love in the healthiest way ever, because you know what I mean? Like it's easier to just work on my mental health. And then if life provides me with a love, it'll happen. You know what I mean? So if you just work on yourself, life will. But that's how I got help, because I owed it to my non-existent kids, which I never ended up having any, because
me too. Yeah,
I
me
love
too.
myself and sleep and money and working on myself. So anyway, long story short, yay me.
Fair play to you. That's so cool.
Well, one of my lowest point, one of the turning points for me, because I've always been a problematic person, was 1st of January 1996. I ended up in a homeless hostel, and I was there for 3 months, and I actually managed to get a home in Edinburgh, and I've been there for 26 years. That's my home. That's my place. That's my thing. Did I carry on the behaviors that got me into the homeless hostel on the 1st of January 1996 into my home that I got through that, and into the 2000s, the early 2000s? Yeah, of course I did. But that was always my bringing back to my point of, shit, you're fucking homeless right now. And everything that brought me to that point was my fault, because I made bad choices or whatever. So we've all got a story of being at a real low point and thinking, fucking what the hell? What the fucking hell am I doing here right now? Because I come from a very, very good family. But how the mighty fall, huh? There I was in a homeless hostel. So Chantal will never get there. She won't. I'm sorry to say that. I really don't think she's got the... Did I have the insight then that I have now? Fucking no way. Absolutely no way. And did I have that insight instantly and carry it on through the rest of my life? No, I fell down a million times after that day in the homeless hostel. But that's what I always come back to. 1st of January, 1996.
I think one of the problems with Chantal is that she don't feel like anything is wrong with her. She feels like she's absolutely normal, and everybody else around her has the problem, not her.
Exactly. Exactly.
It's getting to that point, though, isn't it? It's, when is she going to find that point? When is she going to find... Will she ever find that point?
Right.
No, I don't think she will. Maybe when she's... I'm getting garbled here. I'm not really making much sense. But will she ever get there? I don't know. Does she have that insight? Do you need insight to get there? No, I don't think you do. Do you? Do you need insight to actually reach that place and have that thought in your head? What the actual fuck am I doing? I don't know. It's a...
I think you need a crossroad mentally, like a rock bottom of some kind. Like I love to be comfortable and I love to make excuses, but when it came down to it, I wanted something more than to be comfortable. I wanted to be a good mom, and so it made me take a hard look at, like, you can't just choose everything that feels good all the time. You're gonna have to actually lean into what feels horrible, because you want something more than to be comfortable. And is there anything she wants more than to just take the easy route to a quick pleasure or comfort? And if there is, maybe she'll work for it, but she's not there yet.
I don't think it is. I mean, look, just imagine if she had kids. Look how she treats her cats.
I mean, kids aren't easy. They're not easy at all.
Right. I have 2 of them, and it has not been, I mean, through the 14 years of my youngest and through the 17 years of my oldest, it has not been easy. And we have dogs. It's not an easy task, but I get up every day and I do what I need to do to make sure everybody's taken care of. Chantal only thinks of herself. She only makes
Exactly.
sure she's taken care of, she's happy, she's getting what she wants. If she's not getting what she wants, nobody's getting what they want. Look how
Right.
she treats
Very
the
true.
cats. The cats do not go to the vet. Poor BBJ. Come on. That's her oldest cat. Look at Sam. Sam needs to be brushed so bad.
Sam is dusty.
Right. And she does not take care of anyone but her.
Yeah.
You know, the irony of the way she treats her cats is that she's always going to her VIPs and saying, I want unconditional love from everybody, right? But the thing is, if she wants unconditional love, she's got it right there in her house. You know, her cats give her unconditional love. They are very forgiving, and yet she neglects the crap out of them. So it's like, Chantal, you want unconditional love, you have it, but you're not taking care of it. And you're right, she neglects her cats. As a cat mama, forgive the bad language, she pisses me off. She absolutely pisses me off watching her give the cats just a tablespoon of food. Are you freaking kidding me? When she sits there and she orders takeout, it's like, Chantal, how much money does it really take to buy dry cat food, to get a case of canned cat food and keep it in the house? BBJ needs to go back for oral surgery. If you guys remember that live stream she did with Roman in the car, they played the call from the vet, and the vet specifically said BBJ needs to go back for oral surgery. That means there's something going on maybe with her teeth. Chantal never took her back. So that poor baby, that almost 20-year-old cat, is walking around with some kind of oral problems, but Chantal can't be bothered. And I don't know how much it would cost to get that fixed, but it can't be that much. And then the time she took BBJ and Sam to the vet, or was it BBJ? Her claws were growing up under her foot pads.
That's
They
so
were so
sad.
long. That's
That's
straight
sad.
neglect. That's straight neglect. And I've also
Can I
heard
say
that
something?
BBJ should, I'm sorry, BBJ should also be, I
Oh,
heard,
sorry.
on medication. She needs medication too. So
Exactly.
you want love, it's right there beside you, Chantal. It's begging for your attention, Chantal. You can't be bothered. You're over there spending thousands of dollars on a crackhead loser who will never love you, but you can't spend $60 a month on pet supplies. You can't hire a mobile vet. You cannot hire a mobile groomer. Girl, they will come to your house. You don't have to go nowhere. What is wrong with you that you're making $10,000 a month and your cats are neglected? You don't want them? Give them to somebody else who will take care of them. At least be that nice. Let somebody else handle what you don't want to handle, but don't sit there and come to us and say, I want unconditional love, when you have it and you neglect it. Okay, I'm done.
You know, for me, the turnaround point was, oh, sorry, you hear my children? Well, that's exactly what my turnaround point was. The loves of my lives right here.
Right.
I realized that I was spending too much time being angry about things that don't matter, opinions that don't matter, and people who were trying to get a reaction out of me that don't matter. And I was absolutely absent from reality. Mind you, there came a very, sorry, he's pretending to shoot me with a gun. I'm sorry.
That's cute.
But I realized that I had disconnected from reality, and I actually hit rock bottom to where something irreversible was going to happen. And I reached out to my doctor and I said, I need help. I need help now. And I've got on the proper medications. I had a support group of friends who helped me as well. I opened up. I faced the reality of who I was. I made amends as much as I could, you know, because sometimes people won't forgive you, and that's okay. People don't have to forgive you if you hurt them. But I try to live my life being the best version of myself, not just for myself, but for my children.
I felt so bad for them cats. I thought about donating food to the cats because, like, today, my task was I have I also, you saw the little dog, but I also have a German Shepherd, and right now he has dermatitis. He sometimes get like really flaky, especially at this time that it's really hot, and he has like little scabies like on his chest. So of course I'm taking him to the vet. We had to end up changing his food. We had to end up buying like hydrocortisone sprays for his itchiness, and using like salmon oil in his foods. Trust and believe, that stuff is not cheap. That was over $167 just today, and that makes me so sad for those cats, because I know how much I go out of my way for my dogs, because those are my children also. And she does not go out of her way for those cats. And I'm sorry, those cats need to be removed from that home. They could be home somewhere where someone would actually love them and treat them properly, and make sure they're seeing the vet properly. I'm so passionate about my pets just as much as I am about my kids. So it's just horrible for me. Like, it makes me really sad.
A wee tip
Can
about
I jump in?
scaly. Sorry, frostbite in a minute. Just about your dog skin. Get some coconut oil and just rub it on. It's very, very good.
We
It's
have that.
and also even a spoonful of coconut oil could work sometimes, given to it orally, because dogs will like the solid coconut oil. That's very good. But you do.
Thank you.
I completely agree with you on looking after your animals. And in my house, I've been brought up like this. Animals always come first, because they don't have a voice, and you've got to preempt their feelings and whatever. But yeah, carry on, Frostbite. You want to say something?
Oh, sorry to interrupt you.
No, it's
I was
fine.
just gonna say, I think, like, in a weird way, like, Chantal does love her cats, but the thing is, because she doesn't understand what love is, it comes across like really weird to like average people when you watch her. But if you think about it, like, what she thinks love is undivided attention, food, and like having all your demands met, and like just being able to do whatever you want. Because I think when she was a kid, I think she must have been severely neglected, because she's like extremely spoiled. I think her parents just were like, oh, we don't want to deal with her, we'll just buy her stuff. So when she's like trying to imitate what she thinks love is, she like buys people stuff, doesn't she?
Yes. Yeah, you're right about that.
Like,
I
she
think you're
thinks
right
like
about that.
buying Nada stuff, she's like, look at all this stuff I did for you, look at all this stuff I did for you. And we're all sat there like, oh my God, this doesn't make sense. But if you think about it from her mindset, buying people stuff is how you show people that you love them, because she doesn't know how to love people. Like, I don't think anyone's ever loved her. Like, when she took us back to her mum's house and she was like filming, like, clearly her mum was not like in control of that household. Like, Chantal just barged in with her camera, just so disrespectful. Just like, it was clear that she was like the boss of that household. Just like, she must have just been this like nightmare toddler, like she is now. Like, she does all those like weird voices, she's like always raging, like she has like no self-control, she's just like a big bully. Like, and I think her mum, rather than like checking her and putting her in her place and trying to teach her like some life skills, she just used to buy her stuff and just let her do whatever she wanted. And I think she thinks that's what love is, because like, she goes to her mum's house and her mum will buy her like a cake. Like, ma'am, your daughter is like £500. Like, why would you do that? That is so like evil. Like, if your kids are fat, like, you've neglected them. Like, why is your daughter like so big, and like you don't want to take accountability for it? Like, if my child was that size, they wouldn't be coming to my house and I'd like make them a pie. Like, why would you do that?
I agree with you completely, especially if her behavior comes from a place of, say, neglect from that's like, say she does have a personality disorder, being forming those because of coping skills needed when you're a young child, or is super important. And the one thing about her is that if I hadn't had my mom and I had had her mom, I feel like I would have ended up on her range, like self-indulgent, always needing a quick fix, whatever feels good, I need it now. Instead, I didn't have a mom that gave me everything I wanted, which I went this way and indulgent. Everything needs to be handed to me. I went the other way where my mom was combative. And then I coped by becoming this like huge fighter, like, you can't say that, you know what I mean? Like, it is funny because we're just both branches from the same tree. And it sucks because she's become very comfortable with needing to be soothed. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
and
she's like a
if food
baby,
is
actually.
available all the time and toxic men are as a swipe away on the internet, it might be really hard for her to
But she like
start
talks
on the
like a
recovery.
baby as well, doesn't she?
She's
Like she does all
regressing,
these
I
like
think.
weird
Like, she's-
voices. Yeah, she does like all these like even that Sam voice, like, is so creepy, it's so weird. But then she like regresses into that like bitchy teenager, and then sometimes when she does that rat face, she's like a little kid. Like, I think her mum's Dr. Frankenstein and she's the monster. Like, I think her parents did her over really badly. Like, I've never met a kid that was spoiled that turned out like as bad as Chantal. Like, they must have completely ignored her. Like, didn't her mum like kick her out and put her in a home?
Yeah.
And like her dad abandoned her. Like, something went wrong, because like she is really like a terrible person and I don't feel sorry for her, and she'll get what's coming to her. But like, I don't think she's just like this. I think somebody must have contributed a little bit on the way, because even her grandma, like, she don't care about her grandma, does she? Like, her grandma was probably just another enabler. So when her grandma passed, she like literally didn't give a shit, did she? She was just like, oh well, there's another enabler, bites the dust. Like,
wasn't she in the hallway of the hospital talking about, like, I need to like figure out what I want to make for OnlyFans content? Flash forward, she still doesn't, she spent all that valuable time making, like, I need ideas for OnlyFans content. Meanwhile, it wasn't that important. She's still not making it. And she wasted those minutes because, you know what I mean? It was such a...
Buddha,
and like,
I
she
can,
never cried,
I can
did
totally
she never
relate.
got upset about it.
I can totally relate to you as far as your mother not handing everything to you, because my mom was the same way. My mother didn't hand everything to me. My mom was very combative, and I didn't find out until after she passed away that my mom was bipolar. And I can totally relate to you. Like, I get where you're coming from. Chantal has had everything handed to her. They have pacified her to shut her up, basically. Gave her everything she wanted, when she wanted it, how she wanted it. And they've created this monster.
If she makes enough noise, she'll get it. Whereas in my home, if you make enough noise, you'll get a slap upside the head. And that's the big difference.
Exactly.
Yeah, because she rages like every day, doesn't she? Like, she literally is in a rage every day of her life. And she's like complaining about everything. And then like, she'll like, the reason I know she's spoiled, because obviously I've got spoiled friends, but like, it's so funny. Like, she'll go in a rage, she'll just say like the most disgusting, disrespectful things, and then like later on, she'll like quieten down. She'll put on a nice voice. She'll do the little rat face, and I'm just picturing her and her mum. Like, she obviously just kicked off at her mum, raged at her, done this, that, and the third, and then she just comes crawling back to the house and is like, oh, no. Like, she never actually apologizes, does she? She just like sort of quiets herself down. And I reckon that was good enough for her mum. Just like, oh, okay, Chantal, shut up now, so I'll accept that. Like, I'm not going to ask for an apology. There's not going to be any recourse for this behavior. As long as she's just shut up, that's all I need. I'll just throw her a pie or something. Like, I think that's how her parents raised her. Like,
Thanks for sharing that. Foodie Beauty's live, as a lot of you know, been live for an hour. She's driving somewhere. She picked up a lot of things at some sort of store. And I have her on mute, but I have no idea where she's going. Gary gotta go. Okay, Gary, if you gotta go, you gotta go. We're actually just gonna wrap this up right now as well. We've been on for 2.5 hours, so I gotta figure out what she's doing. Plus, Natter might come on, and we might have another event because yesterday was like 8 hours. So, if anybody has any last words or anything to say, I'd appreciate it. Thank you, Frostbite, for your knowledge. Buddha Bitch, Call Connections, Rose Thorn, Natural Ginger, and everybody else that was here, including Neri Pepperoni and Gary. Rose, if you want to start, if you have anything.
Thank you for having me on panel, Monty. It was great talking to all of you lovely ladies and gentlemen. Always a pleasure to be here. Monty, get some sleep. You're going to need it because of the crackheads in the fight tomorrow. Passing it off to Ginger.
I know that Roman's going to come on late tonight and start talking shit again. That's what he's going to do. So we'll have to see. Natural Ginger, if you're there, any last words or anything?
Well, yeah, just thanks for letting me be on panel. I love you guys. Love the chat. And yeah, we'll see what happens this weekend.
For sure.
It's about 10 o'clock at night for me. So it's about what, dinner time or whatever for Foodie. Let's see what happens.
Yes, exactly. Buddha Bitch.
Thanks for having me on panel. Great hang, gang. And fingers crossed that you don't have to burn all that gas tomorrow for nothing. I'm praying for a fight. So fingers crossed.
Well, I had some stuff I needed to do in Montreal. So it's a bit of a detour, but it's not like it's that bad. I just decided to do it this way because I was actually going to go to Ruby Foods in Montreal. But then he was like, okay, we'll do it Sunday. So I was like, okay, fine. Because I knew what was gonna happen. He'd say Sunday, and then he'd be like, "Oh, Monty is pushy. He didn't show up again. Look at him." So I have to show up. I have to do the gym thing. If he goes, silent and whatnot, go to the gym, show that I was there and ready, and that's that. Other than that, Frostbite, you have any last words, thoughts, feelings?
I was just gonna say thanks for having me on. And even though Food Beauty is an arsehole, at least like the good that comes from it is like all the people that watch her are usually like really nice and really sound, so that's good.
Yeah, exactly. All right, thank you so much, Cole Connections.
Thanks again for a great discussion today. Thank you, Monty, for allowing me to come on panel. I just want to say I love all you guys. I really do. This is therapeutic for me, and I really appreciate you all.
All right, sounds good. Thank you so much. Again, Call Connections, everybody else. I guess I will see everybody another time. And don't forget the GoFundMe for Ray. Thank you, the anonymous person that graciously donated about 7-8 hours ago. Appreciate you. And I appreciate everybody in this community. You take care of yourselves. If you're not around tomorrow, I guess I'll have to tell you what the aftermath is. But other than that, take care. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Bye, babies.
Bye.